So we're going to test this out. If this works, if this truly works, then this is a PogChamp moment, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe not. Don't know if this is going to work. We'll have to wait and find out. We'll have to wait and find out. We'll have to wait and find out. Okay, just one quick second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it says we're live. So that's a good... now. Kasai's in the chat. He said, Bionicle in 2024. Cringe! You know what? Maybe you're the cringe one, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, everyone, to the Bionicle... Time to let this old thing die. It's coming back in 2025, baby. No. Kill it if you have to. Yeah. We're doing the Bionicle tier list. This is a thing I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm aware it's Hero Factory month. Also, please let me know if my mic settings is good. It seems a little loud on my end, but let me know what you guys think. It looks like if we do a little bit of a meme here, if we go down. Oh, it's not doing anything. It's very weird. Okay, there it is. Okay. It's very delayed. I'm going to say that right now. It is incredibly delayed. We're going to have to work with it. This is a Bionicle tier list. I have spent the last 2 hours organizing this list because the original list by ya boy, Dylan Dummy Thick here, he's got a little nostalgia critic in the thumbnail, he did not organize this, and I went through last night doing another one, and he did pretty good. There was another tier list that I was organizing to see if it was every single set, and he did pretty good. Hi Renzo, how are you? I'm doing good, Anthony. I'm doing really good. I apologize. There's no camera. This is because this computer does not have a webcam. There's no webcam on this computer, so that's why we're doing this. This computer is going to run better than my other computers, so I figured this was the best compromise. Either way, though, I was going through this other guy's tier list, and he just forgot like half the sets, and so I really wanted to make it more convenient for everyone to just list everything out by all the years. We are forgetting a couple things. I did not include the last two sets. I did not include, what's it called? What's it, Pickle? I did not include the creator set or the new Mixel Tahu set. They weren't included, and I'm almost scared to choose another file. We can try it, actually, though. We can try it. I'm just really scared that it's going to reset everything, and that it's going to be like, you can make your own list, and then it'll reset. Mint ice cream is good. It's okay. I'm not a fan of mint ice cream, if I'm being completely honest with myself. But regardless, though, this is the Bionicle tiers. I'm very excited to do this because, truthfully, Bionicle's been on my mind a lot. And we're just going to jump the heck into it. We've got S through F tier. I might end up getting rid of one of these tiers. I always feel like E is one of the most useless tiers, but we'll keep it for now. We'll see how things go. We've got 3 people in chat. I know it's a Monday. Or sorry, no, it's not Monday. It's Thursday. I know it's Thursday, and people might be in school. People might not be down to chill out. This is also going to be a very long stream, so I expect people to pop in and out. I'm just going to tell you this right now. You are not going to like my opinions. My opinions are very bad. They always have been. They always will be. So just keep in mind that I'm going to upset a lot of people. What I look for in a good... This is my favorite example of a good Bionicle set is, does it look good? Are the colors nice? Do they all blend well together? My mom doesn't like mint ice cream. Well, I'm your mom, I guess. That's weird. It's a weird thing to say. I like a good color scheme, and a good function is also nice. Playability is also good, and so I'm going to rank especially a lot of the G1 characters that are basically just clones of each other. I'll be putting them in the same tier. But as the characters get more unique and individual, then I will move them into different tiers. So for example, all the Toamata are basically going to be in the same tier. Reason for that is they basically all have the exact same build. That might not be correct, and I know there are slight different. Like I know Pohatu's built upside down, but they're all the same general idea. Same thing with all the Mictoran here. Same thing with all the Turaga. They're all generally the same idea. So if you guys are curious about that, that's the way it's going to go. But like these are obviously all going to be in different tiers because they all do different things. They all look different. They're all built different, especially as we go on. Did you just say ranch favorite Pop-Tart? No, get out of my chat. You are not saying hello, Dan Smith. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, sorry about that. Just checking the audio. Yeah, it's a little delayed, but we're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna get the heck started into it. First off, starting off with the original Toa team, the Toa Mata. Also, really huge shout out to Bionicle Sector 01. Huge help in figuring out this list and when things came out. I would have had no idea that this set that this Fiku Spider released in 2003 and that this set released in 2002. I would have had absolutely no idea. So big shout out to Biosector for helping me organize this list properly. Yeah. Like I said, we've got every set from 2001, maybe missing a couple promotional things or whatever, and then every set from 2002, excluding a couple other, like there's no mask packs or anything like that. But why do you want me out of the chat? Because you just said ranch flavored Pop-Tart, and that's evil. I'm obviously joking. You don't have to leave, Anthony. There was a bit of a bit. That was a bit of a joke. There was a bit of a meme. But regardless, don't ever say that again, or I will cry, and it will not be pretty. I will film myself crying for 10 minutes. I can't even cry for 10 minutes. Okay, let's get started with the Toamata here. The Toamata are classic. When you think of Bionicle, I think you think. No, the mental image of Bionicle definitely comes to these guys. Their colors are great. I will say Kopaka and Onua's color schemes, they're kind of boring. The gray and the white is not my favorite, especially for like an ice-themed character. I agree, Gus. But I will say the rest of their color schemes are great. Tau's color scheme's iconic. The black bits being kind of like highlights are fun. Their weapons are fun. They're very simple. Their masks are iconic. I'd say the only one that doesn't really do the job for me, it would be Golly's mask. It's kind of cool. But it is transparent blue, which is also kind of strange. I know it's meant to look like a scuba mask. I get it. But overall, these guys are so iconic. They're fun. They're very playable. They're very functional. I've only ever owned Liwamata. So technically speaking, on Liwamata, he's a fun figure. He's a very fun figure. But I will also say, it's going to come down to the fact that I think these guys are fun. Do I think they're perfect? Absolutely not. They don't have neck articulation. Their articulation in general isn't amazing, but they are still good. It's really hard to put them anything lower. They're not horrible, but they're very, when you think of Bionicle, you think of them. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give the Mata a solid. I want to put them in A tier, but it's also really tempting to put them in B tier. I think we can do better, so I'm going to put them in B tier. That's going to upset a lot of people, but I don't care. These guys are going in B tier. They're fun, but let's not let the nostalgia glasses blind us, okay? They're fun figures. They look great, but they're also not the bee's knees. Okay, I can already imagine the video getting disliked bomb. But B's still good, okay? S is top of the tier. These are like the best Bionicle sets of all time. A is like really good. B is also great. Great. C is like, all right, pretty good. D's like, eh. E's like, no, not good. And F is awful. So that's sort of how I'm looking at this list here. That's just my opinion, okay? My dog-ass opinion is where I'm sitting at. So next up, we're going to rank the Tahunga, or the Mictoran, which released in Happy Meals. I was too young. I was born in 2001, so I did not buy any of these. In fact, I'm going to say this right now. Just there's no nostalgia aside from like secondhand nostalgia for most of these sets. I started getting into Bionicle around 2007, so that's when nostalgia kicks in. 2007 to 2009 is like where my nostalgia peak was for Bionicle. So I'm looking at this from a very different perspective, just based on photos, going back to get some of them. So in case you're curious about that, that's where I stand. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a real big argument here somewhere in the middle. Oh, probably. Oh, for sure. Oh, look, I'm fully aware this is going to be controversial. I knew that, you know. Anyways, Atanga, let's be honest, these guys are kind of awful. Like, I appreciate them being like a McDonald's toy. It's fun, but the fact of the matter is they had such weird pieces, like their weird flexy arms that throw discs, which was just reused from the Slicers or the Throwbots or whatever. They don't have eyes. They don't have any eyes. They have like these blank husks of faces behind them, which is kind of lame. It's cool. They look fun. Obviously, you know, you ever play Mnog? These are the main characters of Mnog. They look fun. But yeah, no, they really, I mean, they're okay. They're okay at best. They're all chucking discs. Also, one of the only purple Bionicle sets, which is very fast. Onepu? Is that his name? Onepu? Unupu? Or is this Nuparu? Sorry, I'm an idiot. Wait, no. Nuparu comes with the Boxor, right? Or is that someone else? I actually don't know. Fun fact, I am very rusty with my lore. So you're going to be getting a lot of that random ass shit. These are not great, if I'm being completely honest. They're cheap, but I appreciate the fact that they're there to build out the world. But at the same time, I'm also kind of perfectly content putting them at... Ooh, I really want to put them in an E tier. They're so boring. They are so boring. I'm sorry. They're all going in E tier. Their colors are kind of fun. Also, I don't know where Hafu came from, by the way. I looked. He's not one of the original releases. I don't know where he comes from. I have no idea where Hafu comes from. Yeah, this is going to bother some people. I don't like these guys very much. I've never dug them. They're fun. The only good part about the Matoran were the color exclusive masks. I agree. Like, getting this in purple is cool. Getting this in, what was that? Is that teal? Yeah, I think that's teal. That's cool. This is in like a light blue. Yeah, no, they're cool. But again, I'm going to say, people are not going to like this. People are going to be very mad about this. But I don't give an F. I don't give an F. Okay. The Turaga are slightly more unique. I actually like these guys because they have slightly different proportions. Kind of not like the Toa. The Toa are all kind of very similarly built. But the Turaga, at the very least, have like... You know, for example, Nokama has long arms, and then Oniwa, or Onawa, or however you say it, has long legs. So I like that there's some slight variation. They are little idiots. A part of me, with the benefit of hindsight, I know what they were going for. I kind of wish they had like some like robes or something, because they're meant to be like the village elders, right? They're fun. I like their masks. They're neat. It just... You know, if you told me that these were babies, I would believe you. These look like these look like toddlers, and these look like infants. Like, I don't like they look like children. So, you know, I would not surprise me if some kids back in the day were like, these were the babies. I didn't have these guys. I've always wanted a few of them. I've always wanted Matau, and I've always wanted Turaga Vakama. And also Turaga Vakama, he does get bonus points for being in Tales of Home, and I love him in Tales of Home. So we are going to go ahead and put them in a solid... I think the Poe Matoran at the end may be from 2002 or 3. I couldn't find him anywhere. I don't know where he comes from. We're going to go ahead and put these guys in, because I actually, by the way, I love the fact that their feet are Mata heads. That's genius. It's kind of scary. It's kind of a scary thought, but it is genius. It's a really good part reusage. Also, this photo in particular of Wenua, I don't know if you guys can probably barely tell, but I've always loved this photo of Onawa, because it always looked like he had big eyebrows. He looked like he was like, oh. Am I the only one who sees it? He's got like weird little eyebrows hanging out. I'm really struggling with these guys. I think they had little functions. You could like slap down on their back, which was fun. I mean, it didn't do anything. It was just basically like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think we're going to rock with the D tier. I do not feel good about that, but at the same time, they are basic bitches. Excuse my language, but I think they're basic bitches. Okay. All right. Next up, we've got... Okay, so these are... We have to rank these more individually because of how different they are. We've got the... I believe this is the... Oh, God. What are these things called again? The Nui... Because this is the Nui Jaga, right? This is the Nui Rama? Is that right? Chat, someone correct me. I'm going to look it up real quickly, but I'm hoping one of you guys knows the answer. I think these are the Nui Rama. Yes, these are the Nui Rama. Okay. So they're like big bugs. They're big old bugs. They're okay. I mean, they got flapping wings. They look like bugs, which I guess is good enough. But these are always the lamest ones to me. I don't know. They just flap around. It's cool. They tried to build out the world of Motunui back in the day, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, I also feel like these guys are kind of just lame. They're just weird. Luigi joggers are the scorpions. That is a horrible... That is... Yeah. I'm glad you deleted that, because that was... I love Luigi joggers. Those are my favorite Bionicle sets. Yeah, I think these are going to go down in D tier. They're not particularly exciting to me. The Nui Rama... Or, sorry, no, these are the Nui Jaga. These are the Nui Jaga, right? The scorpions. These guys are cool. One's purple, one's blue. The color schemes were fun, too. This was lime green, this was orange, this is blue, light blue, and purple. These were fun. They had, like, games. You're supposed to, like, knock the masks off of them, which is kind of fun. I mean, that was the whole gimmick of the entire year, was, like, knocking each other's masks off. But these guys are fun. They're cool. They look like scorpions. I love their angry little faces. They had like little tail features. They're fun. We're gonna put them in C tier. I think they're a good time. In fact, I think they just get better as they go on. For instance, the Tarakava. Man, I'm so bummed out. I lost out on a bid for these guys. I've always wanted the Nui Rama, or the Tarakava. Always wanted them. And there was this bid, and I lost out by like 1 cent. Someone like outbid me at the very last second, and it sucked, dude. It was the worst feeling. Our Tarakava, yes, the Rock'em Sock'em lizards. They don't look like lizards. I'll say, if like these are obviously scorpions. These are like dragonflies or something. These are the weirdest creatures on planet. They're the most alien to me. The idea of like a lizard with boxing gloves that rolls around on treads is one of the most insane concepts. And for me, I'm going to put them in an A tier. I always wanted them. I'm so sad that I lost out on the bid for them because I really want them. I'm tempted to almost throw them in S tier because they're so damn cool. And their function works so well too. From what I've seen. I've never owned them, but from what I've seen, they just look so much fun to just box around. Also, I believe this is teal and blue, which is awesome. Okay. This is the Muwaka and the Kane Ra. I believe that is their name. Please excuse me if I butcher something completely. I think this is a bull and a dog or something. I don't know what they're supposed to be. I think they're both supposed to be different things, despite the fact that they look different. Their whole gimmick is that they have this like launching pre-Bow-Rock feature where they launch their necks out and grab their masks on their... You guys like this little gambling man here? I wanted to point out this little gambling man. Okay, it switched away. I do like the little gambling man. I absolutely love these guys, but admittedly they are weird. I don't think they're as effective as the Tarakava, but I do think they're lots of fun. I think the fact that they're supposed to be two different animals doesn't really help because they look exactly the same. Also, the yellow one looks cooler than the red one, which I mean that's just a fact. I think actually it's supposed to be a tiger or something. I don't know what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to bite the masks off of their shoulders when it like rips off their arms. It's a really weird feature. We're gonna go ahead and put them in A tier. They're cool. I just don't think they're as cool as the Tarkava. Next up we have, oh god, I do not remember what these things are called. This one, okay, so the red one's apparently an ox and the yellow one is a tiger. Yeah, I think, yes. It's very weird. It's very strange because they don't look like either. Or I guess the ox kind of comes through with the red one. Okay, so next up, we have here, I think these are called the, okay, I'm just going to really quickly look it up. I'm going to look it up very quickly. Manas. These are the manas, or the manas. So, by the by, so these actually retailed for, every other price was fair. You'd get Muaka and Kane Raw for $70, which seems like a lot, but, I mean, you get 2 of them. $15 for the freaking Nui Rama. That's insane. That is honestly crazy. But the manas retailed for $90, and that's because they were like it was like a power box, and they would like roll around, and you use little controllers to control them. They're kind of lame. I don't know. They're cool. I get the idea that they're going for, but I just don't think they work out very well. Nobody talks about these things. They're just kind of lame. I mean, it's cool. It was cool that it was like the first Power Functions Bionicle thing. That's kind of neat. But I just don't. I'm not messing with the vibe of these ones. The colors aren't as cool as the other one. I mean, this guy straight up reuses the colors of this guy. Remote control punching crabs. Yeah, I don't know. They do, for whatever reason, they're just not selling me on these guys as much as the other. The other ones sounds fun on paper. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not vibing with them. It almost feels unfair to, I know, because these guys, I'd have more fun swooshing around little butterfly or little dragonflies. These things are just, I mean, okay, maybe they're more fun because they're like remote control, and imagine you and your little brother back in the day playing with these things and like beating the crap out of each other. Could be fun. So I'll move it up to D for like the fun of it. But I don't know if that's concrete. I don't know if anyone else is going to feel that way. Okay. Moving on to the Toa Nuva. Technically, these guys released after the Barok. That's one thing about this list. I kind of went a little haywire with the releases. The Toa Nuva are the big releases for 2002. They're the big Toa upgrades. And if I'm being completely honest, I do not like these guys as much as the Toa Mata. I never have. I mean, the idea of the Toa being all beefed up with silver armor is a cool concept. But in execution, I don't know. I don't like their masks. I don't like the silver weapons. I do like the fact that they were like dual functioning. I will say that. This is where this concept got introduced for G2, and I'm a big fan of it. Though I will say, I just don't think it's I mean, Poatsu uses his fingers as weapons, apparently. Yes, he does. Yeah, he's got 2 little crab claws, which is very strange because the other Poatsu did not do that. The other Poatsu just kicked stuff, so giving him weird pincher weapons is very strange. It does not feel very in line with him. I guess they're like kind of, why not just give him shovels or something? I don't know. He's got like chainsaw, like roller skates or something. It's so weird. I am not a huge fan of these guys. I think Liwa Nuva, Gali Nuva, and Tahu Nuva are like the best ones, and then every other one is kind of like eh. But I don't like their masks at all. I don't really care. I mean, again, they're just adding another color. They're beefier. Again, they're cool. I can imagine owning these as a kid and thinking that they were really awesome. I've always thought they were cool as kids, but like looking back, I much prefer how the Mata were executed. And that's very much in my opinion. I know that's not going. I'm going to put these guys. I don't want to put them at D tier. I don't think they're on the same level, but I do not care for these guys, so I'm going to put them in C tier. They're going to be below the regular Toa. I'm being generous with them because there are worse Toa options coming up later. But for sure. Okay. All right, next up, we're going to dive into the Borak. I am going to say this very casually. No, I'm not. I think the Borak are some of the best Bionicle sets of all time. Just period. Just, I don't know what it is about them. I think they just work so well. I think they're so effective. I think their color schemes are perfect. They don't throw in too much, they don't rely on like silver or anything like that. Their colors are fun. I love their eye colors. I absolutely love their like their shields. I love the function of being able to roll them up. There was so many functions with this guy. You could roll them up into balls. You could have their head like do the Kene Ra Muaka thing, but like they were just so much more fun. There was like a springiness to them, which was so much fun. They were just like you could hit the bad boy. You could hit those bad boys for hours. Fun fact: I have never owned a single original Borak. I've always really wanted to. I've always really wanted the red one and the green one, and even the brown one. They all look great. I want them all. They're all great color scheme wise. I love their heads being semi-translucent, so you can see their brains. That's awesome. And then, of course, you pop their head off, or you pop the top of their head off, and then you launch the feature, and then their little brain flies onto the Toa. Okay, it doesn't actually fly onto the Toa, but it flies towards the Toa. You have to use the rest of your imagination to get it on their faces. But it's you could use their head to knock off the Toa's mask, and then they release the hatch, and then release their evil infecting brain onto them. It was just such a fun idea. And the fact that you could like store them hanging from their canister, these might just be some of the best Bionicle sets of all time. I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion. These things rock. I don't know what it is about them that I love so much. They are just so goddamn cool. And for that reason, I'm really tempted to throw them in S tier. In fact, I'm going to. I'm going to throw them in S tier. Might be a very unpopular opinion, but I just think they are so cool. They work so well as army builders, too. You can just imagine these little guys, like, running around. And, except they're all copy and paste of the same build. Yeah, I know. But, I don't know. Their colors help them stand out. I think their colors and their shields help them stand out a lot. And, again, they work really well as an army unit. They look great. You could own so many of them. I think they'd work out so well. And they are, like, the anti-Toa, which is cool. They're alien. They're so alien and weird looking. They're some of my favorite designs in all of Bionicle. They're just round, weird ball dudes. Whoever came up with this design, they were cooking. They were, they were cooking. What is your favorite Pop-Tart? Strawberry milkshake. I actually got a box of them recently. But it came like completely smashed, so a lot of them were like barely edible. But it was really good. It was really, really good. I'm very happy that I got to try them again. Thank you for asking. Okay. Now we're going to do the Borak Va. These guys are little shits. They're so funny. In lore, they're like little backup units that like so the Borak like flings their brain out, or they're called Krana. Flings their Krana out, and then they shut down completely. They're like useless. So these little guys come onto the battlefield, and they're just meant to like refuel the Borak. They are so useless and stupid, but at the same time, I kind of like how chode-like and alien they are. I've really always loved the Borak Va, just aesthetically. They're not great. Like, I'm not going to give them a super high ranking because they're not good, but I just think they're so silly looking and fun. And for that reason, and they're just so stupid. I love the idea that there's these little chode guys who like run. First of all, what are they going to do against Matoran? They're tiny. They're smaller than the Matoran, I think. I actually don't know. I assume they are. They're closer to the Turaga, if anything else. They've got little backpacks. There's kind of an idea that you're meant to like that they fling Krana too, because they've got little backpacks with the Krana. When you combine 3 and make the big one Borak. I forgot about that. Yeah, the Bro Rock, dude. That helps too. You can make the Bro Rock. So there was a gag that we had in with Thatch, with the Hapori at the time, where we were like really like we love to send photos of the combo models. And one of them was like the super buff Borak called the Bro Rock. And we called it the Bro Rock, and we joked about it for years. I'm like, you got to put the Bro Rock in Fodham. We joked about a scene where he'd put him in, and then ultimately Thatch didn't do it. But he brought back the Bro Rock for the remake of Fodham 3, and we were all so happy because we were so like, yes, we really wanted to see the Bro Rock come to life, and I'm so happy that Thatch made that happen. I really want to build the Bro Rock. I really do. They're so stupid. My dude can't rank them just because they're high. Like, they're Chode like, yes, Thatch is here. We're talking about Bro Rock. Hell yeah. Just imagine one of them running in a battlefield. I know, they're a little stupid. They are Chode like. We're gonna rank them above the Turaga. They're going in C tier. I'm being fair. Okay? If I was letting my bias get the hold of me, they'd probably be in A tier. But I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna slap them in C tier because they're not that good. They're more interesting than the Turaga for me. Because look at this. Can you imagine this little blue asshole running out in the field with his hook hand and just being like, yeah, like he's not gonna do anything. It's just such a funny thought and image. So they're going in C tier. Okay. Next up, we've got the Titans of O2. Okay, we've got the Boxor. This thing is really fun. It's kind of stupid, but the simplicity of like pushing down on the sides and having the arms fling out is just a really fun. I absolutely love the lore that they're just like sitting in a cave, and then this guy's literally just like, yeah, I'm just gonna build a mech out of their dead corpses. And then they use that to like, and then they ship these things out and like manufacture them, and like everyone's using one. So this also works as an army builder. Show a photo of the Bro Rock combo model. I will. Okay, let's look up the Bro Rock. I don't know what they're called, so let's do Bionicle Bow Rock combination. Let's find the Bro Rock. These guys are awesome. Dude, here they are. This is the Bro Rock, dude. Look at him. Look at this Chad. Look at this absolute goddamn unit. Wait, can you guys see this? Yes, you can. Okay, awesome. Dude, look at this freaking absolute god amongst men. That is hilarious. Boxor's kind of creepy when you think about it. Absolutely. Dude, I'm just leaving that on screen for a second. There's another one. There is another one. I'm trying to find out where it is. Oh, there he is. Dude, look at these guys. That's hilarious. Yeah, these are the freaking Bro Rock. They're Chads, dude. They're absolute Chads. Oh, that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. I'm in love with the Bro Rock. Look at him. Look at him. They're built. That's the best part, is they're like built up like Chads. They're built wide. That's why they're called the Bro Rock. Yeah, they hit leg day too. I mean, they're kind of small. Their arms they don't have like giant arms, but I absolutely love their it's so cool. Yeah, I'm in. So I think they deserve to be in S tier. I think that just for that reason alone, if the Bro Rock released as actual sets, yeah, S tier. I might need to get these guys just to build them. In all honesty, I freaking love the Bro Rock. Okay, the Boxor. Going back to the Boxor, what we were talking about, it's fun. I really want to get it. Actually, the prices are not great right now. What about the 03 Bro Rock? We'll check those out later. But the Boxor it's cool. It's actually really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put an A tier. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's very simple, and also you get another Matoran, so that's cool. It's nice to get another character. I'm gonna put an A tier. It's a lot of fun just to like smack down on the sides and have the fists launch out. It's a lot of fun. Okay, the Exotoa looks amazing. It does not function very well. The legs are basically static. The arm's kind of cool. You have like a weird like flinging like flick arm feature, and then you've got like an actual gun. And it looks amazing, though. If you've ever looked at... I mean, I've wanted the Exotoa for years, but after I watched a review of it, I was kind of like, oh, it's not as cool as I thought it was going to be. Because realistically, it's very limited. I do wish... Well, first of all, the Exotoa, I think, retailed for an insane price. Hold on. Not an insane price. Back then, it would have been like... It would have probably been like $30 or something. At the most. We're going to look at I want to see what the average price for the Exotoa was. $35. Okay, $35 US. Yeah. first of all, you would have had to buy 6 of them, which is insane. And then also you would have had to buy, and also they weren't even in the story very long. They were literally they basically got rid of the Toa's elemental powers, and so the Toa ditched them, and then eventually became the Nuva. It's just a weird idea. I don't care for it. It's a very strange, like it's a cool idea for like a quick like fight, but they don't even like. I don't even think they use these to fight the queens, if I'm not mistaken. I think they do for a little bit. I don't know. Either way, the Exo-Toa is kind of mid, honestly. It's kind of mid. I'll put it at B tier because it does look awesome, right? The Exo-Toa looks so goddamn cool. But if we're being fair with ourselves, I actually have the Korok, Gavok, and Levok, and Parok. That's dope. That's sick as hell, man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it in B tier because I think it looks really good. I think it just cool idea, bad execution. Yeah, I mean, again, there's definitely some really good mocks with it. I want to see someone has definitely made a really good revamp with like better articulation and stuff. I really want it for Biorama, but it's just really expensive, which sucks. I really want to get my hands on it. Okay, the last Titan of O2 is Kadok and Gadok. Now these two are the Borak Queens. I do think, again, really cool idea. I don't like that their function like grinds up against the gears and it like damages them over time, and it's known for like damaging. Like it is known to be very damaging. It's got this really gross like grinding thing that happens. I don't like that. The feature is cool. They look awesome. Their colors are very strange choices, I'll admit, red and blue. But it's kind of a nice continuation of the 2001 critters, or the Rocky. They're cool. I like their different heads. Like one has the antenna and one has the horns. It's kind of a fun idea. They're interesting concepts. I just don't think they ever really did anything super cool with them. I really want these ones too, but they are so expensive. Just because they're such unique things, and you never see them in like videos. You know, nobody ever like talks about them and stuff. So I think I'm gonna put these guys in C tier. I don't think they're amazing, but they're really fun. They're a fun idea. I'm almost tempted to put it in B tier, but I think we're just going to leave. Again, these guys have basically the exact same feature, but these just don't function as well, which sucks. I don't like that. I don't like that, you know, it like breaks. I don't like that idea. They don't hold up the best. And also, like, you can damage the pieces. The main idea of, like, the play feature is that you're meant to, like, yank out the teeth or whatever, and you can really seriously damage some of the parts by doing that. So, that's lame. Sorry. We're going to leave that in C tier for now. Okay. This is the stupid, like, Rahi, like, builder thing where you can build a bunch of different ones. This is where your boy, Fusa comes from. So we're gonna look up Bionicle Fusa, and I'll show you exactly. Here he is. Look at Fusa. He's raring to go. He came from this stupid. The Spider Queen Borak, I think, might have been cooler. Yeah, that would have been cooler. I mean, they're meant to be bugs too. That's the thing. Okay, look at this. Look at this little shit. It was pretty cool. I mean, you could build this weird frog thing. There's a lot you could do with this pack. Yeah, see, look at all these things you could build. You could also build the spider that they later just released on their own. I think Fusa is the best part of this pack. If you're going to get this pack, it should be for Fusa. Look at him. He's hilarious. He's a little guy, and his arms punch. He's a great little man. I like him a lot. Look at him. He's a cutie. He's a little cutie patootie. But I think ultimately, it's cool. I actually really do like it. I'm gonna put it in a B tier. My mother is calling me. Give me one quick second, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, my mom was like, "Yo, you want to go driving?" And I was like, "I would, but I'm ranking all the Bionicles I think this is a good place to leave it. It's fun. It's fun. There's not a lot you can go wrong with it. And for Fusa alone, I feel like that is no. What am I doing? It's down here. Does it even deserve to go this high? I don't know. It's cool. C tier is definitely the most like middle rank, and I feel like it's cool. It's fun. It's just pure fun. Back in the day, it would have been like it's kind of like a creator parts pack, So it doesn't deserve any crazy ranking. Okay, these guys are some of my favorite Matoran builds ever. I don't know what it is about these guys in particular. I just really like their builds. I think they're just really fun. I don't know. I feel like they're a much needed improvement over the original Matoran because they had more articulation. I just don't know why they released these in the weirdest way you could have ever imagined. I think there's 2 stone guys. I think this is a stone guy. I don't think this is an earth guy. There's 2 stone guys, 2 water guys, and then 2 ice guys. It's the weirdest release. Like, what happened to the elemental thing that you guys were doing for years? Why don't we have a new Jowler? Oh, I know why. Because Jowler and Takua came later. That's why. But still, it's so weird. It's the weirdest thing they could have done. I don't understand. I would have preferred other villagers. Like, why didn't we get the weird fire guy that follows you in Monog? I don't know. They should have done... I think the fact that they released multiple... maybe if they put out more of these sets, like if they did... I don't know. Like, can you imagine if they did, like, 12? And you could just get multiple different characters from multiple different tribes. That'd be kind of cool. They had these crazy sticks. They were big into Koli. They're fun. They are fun. Hyuki got a remake. This is Hafu, I think. I think this is Hafu. Yeah, he got a remake. Maku got a remake. That's cool. This is Maku, right? I don't even know. These guys are cool. They're fun. I'm going to put them at an A tier. I think their designs are great. I think they've got really... I think they're easily some of the strongest Matoran builds in the entire series. I think they do a really good job at being an upgraded version of the old school Matoran. Okay. Okay. I'm a little bit biased because I have Levok Call and he's a very major part of Biorama. He's one of my favorite. I mean, there's reason why I like the Borak is because of Levok Call and Tanok Call. I had both of them. I got them later in life. I did not grow up with these guys. I got them. Cam had a friend whose brother had a ton of old Bionicle and Lego, and I got a bunch of stuff from him, and these guys were included. It was awesome. I love these sets, but I will admit they are lamer versions of the Borak. The silver is just. By the way, you're gonna start to see a lot of silver once we get past even 2003. Is like the start of it, but once we get past that, there is so much silver in all of these sets. Bionicle has an absolute hard-on for silver. It's crazy. That being said, though, the Borak Call are okay. They're meant to be individual characters. They're not an army builder. There are 6 unique characters, and I think that kind of hurts them because you lose that element that you had before of them being like swarm, like army builders. Now they're just 7 dudes and they're like smart. I don't know. I don't feel like I feel like they should have been more unique or have like a slightly different build. I know they probably were like, hey, we made a lot of Borak assets. We're going to reuse these bad boys. And the silver shields are nice. They are a nice upgrade in a way. But then I also feel like in a way, I don't know. I just feel like they don't hit as hard as the original Borak. They're cool. They're fun, but they're not as effective to me. They're neat, and also their shields are so much crazier. They're just so much more insane and wackier. Also, they have powers apparently. I don't even know. It just feels like a step in the wrong direction. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in. I don't want to put them in D tier. I'll put them in C tier. package, apparently. That's cool. My mom just threw it down the stairs, which was a very weird thing for her to do. I'm going to put these guys in C tier because they're still good. The Borak formula is still there, and it's still alive and well. But they're not, I mean, they're still ultimately fun. So realistically, I could put them in B tier, but I think they just lose points for not being as fun or creative as the original Borak. Okay. The Rakshi. Oh boy. You guys are not going to like my opinion about the Rakshis. I think as a kid, these are really cool visually, but they're so plain. The fact that they're just one base color and then gray does not help. They are so muted, and the fact that they're all built very similarly. I do like the different spines and different staff ends. That's a cool idea. But I think they really could have benefited from different heads. I don't know. I think the fact that they all had like the exact same head. Maybe if this was like a swarm creature. But they're not. They're individual things. They have individual powers. Also, the movie designs for them were ugly as sin. But at least there's something. I don't know. I think the fact that they have long, hyper-articulated legs and then, like, stumpy, weird Technic bodies and with, like, baby, like, T-Rex arms. They also had, like, a launching gimmick, too, but, like, nobody cared about their launching gimmick. Like, what was the... It's just very odd. It's very, very odd. I do not think these guys are as cool as... I used to think these guys were so cool. The fact that they could, like, fold up their legs and fly around is just so stupid, too. Like, that's a thing that they do in lore. They just, like, bunch up their legs and fly around like they're hover cars or something. It's so... It is only something that a kid could come up with. They're like... They fly around by folding their legs up. It's so weird. They're fun. I got the green one and the red one, so I have a hands-on experience. And like I said, similar argument that the Borak guy, be kind to the Rakshi, they're great, and the combiners are sharp. Let's look up the Rakshi combiners. I'm curious. I've actually never seen the Rakshi combiners. Well, I probably have seen them. Combination. I'm sure they're not bad. Whoa, is this them? Or is this something else? Is this one of them? Well, no, because he's silver. There was no silver Rakshi, was there? Am I crazy? Is this what you're talking about? Or is that something else? Because that looks sick. Or are you talking about this? He becomes the ultimate guard. Look at him. It's heaven. He's glowing. He's epic. Yeah, these don't do it for me. I mean, okay, is this the other one? Yeah, this one doesn't really do anything for me either. I mean, if this is an actual official combo model, it looks slick as hell. I mean, it looks crazy. It looks like some scary demon. Can you imagine if at the end of the movie they all assembled to create this, like, disgusting, like, Hydra monster? That would have been awesome. But in the movie, they're just killed and turned into a car. Oh, someone did this? Dude, look at this. Someone made all these crazy Rakshi. That's awesome. Yeah, because in lore, there's like a ton of them. There's like that's one thing about the movie. The fact that we never got any more of these guys with different colors. Like there was a purple one, there's an orange. Yeah, I remember these. These are so cool. You can find all these spines on Bricklink too. Yeah, they're sick. They all have crazy powers. Dodge. I love the Dodge Rakshi. Check out Mekra Makuta. I don't know what that is. What is Mekra Makuta? Let's check it out. I don't know if you misspelled that, but we're going to find out. Yeah, I think that was the wrong thing. Is this what you're talking about? This disgusting rat? Makuta Nui? Yeah, I think you, I don't know. Yeah, so the Rakshi are okay. I actually feel like, I don't know. I'm almost tempted to move these guys up a tier to B tier because they are the Borak and they're still good. And then place the Rakshi down in C tier. But I think these guys are still more interesting than the Rakshi for me. I'm going to put them in D tier. I'm sorry. I don't feel good about it. I'm not like happy to put them in D tier. I used to think they were awesome. You know, as a kid, I used to be like, these things are so cool. But nowadays, they just aren't doing anything to me. I don't know. I should be in love, right? I should be giggling and cackling. But I'm sitting here and I'm going like, meh, that's it. Oh, I think we found it. Okay, cool. That is cool. That I have seen that combo model before. It looks dope. Okay, now we're going to rank all the rest of the 2003 big boys. Starting off with Takua and his crab thing. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. When I look at this set's box art, specifically, I had the Bionicle Encyclopedia. And in that encyclopedia, there was this photo. And I remember just sitting there confused, being like, what is this thing? Like, genuinely, I had no idea what it was. Because, like, legitimately, it looked like he was being drowned. It looked like he was being drowned by, like... He looked like he was being drowned by, like, trash parts. And I always used to think, like, what is... I did not even occur to me that this was supposed to be a crab as a kid. It's cool. I think it had a little feature where the legs move around. That's kind of fun. And to finally get an official canon version of Takua is dope. It is really sick to get him in a set. So we're going to go ahead and put this in B tier. Because it's the same Matoran build, which is nice. And he's got a big crab, so it's kind of cool. Jowler is Bird. Bird's kind of lame. But again, nice to get a newer, updated version of Jowler. The Bird is weird. I don't necessarily know what the idea behind that was. I'm going to put that in C tier. It's not as cool to me as getting Jowler, as getting Takua for the first time. Jowler is just kind of okay. All right, Takanuva and his vehicle. I'm not going to lie to you, his vehicle kind of sucks. I mean, it's kind of neat that he, like, it's so weird that he builds a vehicle out of dead corpse parts. It's so bizarre. That's just the lore of the Bionicle characters do that a lot. They just build vehicles out of corpses. Can you imagine if humans did that? They're just like, just a pile of dead bodies, and they're like, I can make something out of this. But, I mean, I know I bashed on the Nuva for not being very cool, but Takanuva is undoubtedly pretty cool. I mean, he's the 7th Toa, and the gold parts really sell him. I'm going to go ahead and throw him in an A tier. I think he's great. I really want him. I don't even know if he holds up. He probably doesn't hold up very well, but you know what? It's just the design. The design works so well for me. All right, next up is Makuta, and I'm going to be honest, Makuta is one of the most overrated sets of all time. I don't know. He's such, when you compare him to all the rest of the sets that came, he's so small. His build is so weird. He has a Rakshi like gear function where he swings back and forth, but it feels really underwhelming. The mask is cool. His design is neat. I like the fact that he uses Mask of Lights as his hands. That's kind of a fun idea. Should have been probably recolored to like gunmetal or something just to fit the rest of the color scheme, or black. And the red is kind of cool, but also he's pretty inconsistent with the rest of the Rakshi. I'm going to put him in C tier. I know he's iconic, but it just doesn't, it's not the best. I think had this set had come out in even in 2004, maybe push it back a few years. Had he had come out later, I think he would have been a much better set. But as is, for the time, I guess he was cool. It was nice to finally get Makuta, but I just think build-wise, he just doesn't hold up as well as the other ones. So we're going to leave him in C tier. Takutanuva is a much better version of Makuta, and for that reason, we're going to put him in B tier. He's not much better because he's a combo model, and he was also really hard to find, impossible to get set. And also in the lore, he's a fusion between Makuta and Takanuva, which I don't really care for. I would rather this just be Makuta. This just looks like a cooler version of Makuta. So that's what I'm ranking it as. I'm not ranking it as the fusion between... Because if this is the fusion between Takanuva and Makuta, it's a really bad fusion. It looks more like Makuta than it does Takanuva. In the movie, it's like a weird, disgusting, amalgamation. It looks bad. It doesn't look anything like this. Alright, Figu Spider, S tier. Now, I mean, it's going to go in the same tier as this other thing, because it's from the same set, but yeah. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to 2004, but really quickly, I am just going to take a very quick break. I'm going to grab some water because my throat's already starting to get a little raspy, and I don't necessarily like that it's getting a little raspy, so I'm going to take a very quick break. I will end up seeing you guys very, very shortly. Don't walk, don't run, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you stick around. I'll make sure to yell into the microphone as soon as I get back. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey guys, we're back. I got a package. I think it is my SH figure. It's Yamato cloth. That's cool. I'm not gonna open it yet. It doesn't even matter. I can't even do a live unboxing if I wanted to. We are going to continue with the tier list, going back to 2004. Now, like I said, I don't have a lot of nostalgia for this year. This year, looking at it, face value, very plain, color-wise. A lot of muted colors. Notice 2003 is when it started, I think, but especially looking at like Beyond, colors started getting kind of muted and very, very weird. This is lots of silver too. Lots of silver. Every weapon became silver. You'll notice that a lot. Like every single weapon or like extra detail was silver. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Just how much silver is in these years. So we're gonna rank these guys first. These little Matoran. I don't think these are as good as the 2003 Matoran. If I'm being perfectly honest, the 2003 Matoran are like my favorite Matoran designs. They're just, I think it's because it's such a good translation of the original Mictoran. They just work. They're just really fun. They're articulated, which is always a benefit. These guys are solid. They're solid. They're fun. They have such little pieces. The fact, I think these are like $5 or like $3 at the time, which is crazy. They're cool. I don't know. I'm going to put them in C tier. They're very middle of the ground. I could do without them, but at the same time, they don't offend me. I'm not going to look at these and go like, they're terrible. They're not terrible. They're fine. C tier is going to be the biggest tier because there's just so much like fine. Like there's so much like sets that are decent. There's so many sets that are like just okay. I almost feel bad turning the Turaga down here, but truthfully, they are silly little men. Next up, we've got the Vaki. Now, the Vaki are, again, great concept. These are army-building robots. These are the new age Bohrok, and I don't feel like these work nearly as well as the Bohrok. They're so much more plain. It's very articulation-focused over function. They have a little swinging Rakshi feature. In fact, I think their torsos are built off of Rakshi torsos, if I'm not mistaken. Their weapons are kind of cool. Their commercials were really cool. They were lifeless drone robots that like run around and arrest people. It's kind of an interesting idea. I don't know why you'd need a bunch of different colors just for different regions. I assume they have different powers or whatever. But I don't know. I just don't think these work as well as I think they wanted them to. They're fun. They had like a spider mode where they could flip upside down and turn into a spider, and that was kind of interesting. It didn't really work out the way I... Also, there's some color coordination, especially between the red one and the green one. So, like, the red one has a green eye stalk, and then the green one has a red eye stalk. And you're like, oh, that's kind of a cool theme. The brown one has a blue eye stalk. And then you look at the blue one, and it's got an orange eye stalk, which I guess orange is close to brown, I guess, according to Bionicle terms. And, I mean, a brown eye stalk probably wouldn't look very cool. And then the last one, just logic goes out the window. The white one has a blue eye stalk, which makes sense, ice themed, right? But then the black one has a yellow eye stalk. Again, you probably don't want to make a white eye stalk, but it's just weird that like little bit of that little connection that was there is kind of just immediately thrown out. Regardless, these guys are cool. They're fun. They had disc launchers in their mouth, which is kind of cool. It was kind of a cool idea. This year was very disc centric. We went back to the old days with the discs. They love their discs. The discs I was never a fan of the discs. I mean, they're kind of cool. These guys are going to go in the same tier as actually, we're going to put them in E tier. I hate to do that. I actually find them more interesting than the Rakshi, but they just, no, okay, we're going to put them in D tier. I don't think they're worse than the Rakshi. In fact, I think they're better than the Rakshi, but they're not too much better to the point where they would be in C tier. So they're going next to the Rakshi, because I feel like the Rakshis look cooler, but the Vaki function better. I don't know, does that make sense? Probably not. Okay, next up are the Toa Metru. Now these are the big boys. These are the most articulated Toa to date. Well, not to date, but like at the time. These are the most articulated Toa. They all had crazy weapons, and they look really good. They actually look really good. They had this function with the gear that was actually a lot of fun. And they're not perfect, right? They don't have torso, like they don't really have shoulder articulation, which is a little awkward. They don't really look anything like their Turaga versions of themselves. They really don't. They look. Maybe you could make an argument for Nokama, and you can kind of make an argument vaguely for Vakama too. Maybe even Matao, but that's it. It's very vague. I almost don't know if these were meant to be the old Toa. I wonder if they were just meant to be new characters, and then they were like, nope, they're the old versions. It was like, okay. They're cool. Their color schemes are lame. I'm not going to lie to you. The fact that their secondary color is gray is a huge bummer, because they could be so much more cooler. Maybe if they were just all one color, that would be cool. But the fact that they're like multiple colors doesn't really do it. Or the fact that it's gray is their secondary color is just, I will admit, they look like a great team. And for that, they're being ranked together. They look like a great team. But I have Vakama. I did buy Vakama a long time ago, and I enjoy him. His weapon is not my favorite. I don't know why he gets a disc launcher. That's probably the worst weapon you could have given a character like that. I would have preferred that for Nokama, or even, I don't know, Wenua or Nuju. But Vakama getting the disc launcher was always very strange to me. I would have preferred if he had some swords or something. But it's unique. There aren't a lot of fire characters that just have like a gun. They look good overall. You get them all on a shelf together, they look really good. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to throw them in... You know what? I'm going to throw them in B tier. I was thinking A tier for a second because I do like them. They do function better than the Toa, but I think this is a good representation of. I think the Toa Mata had better color schemes and better like functions, better like weapons and stuff, but the Metru look better overall. Like the Metru just flow together really well. They look like a very cohesive team, which is nice. All right, now we're going to rank the Titans for 2003. There's a good bit of them. I've always really wanted Nikon. That's not his name. Nadiki. I don't know why I said Nikon. I've always really wanted Nadiki. I don't know what it is about his character design. He just gives me like Starscream, like, yeah, vibes. I've seen the movie. I don't really care about the movie, but I don't know. I just like something about his character. I just really enjoy the fact he's got spider legs and a crab claws, and he kind of looks like a big bug man. I don't know. I think he's a fun character. I like the dynamic duo between like the smart, like conniving guy and like the dumb idiot guy. I just like those character archetypes. I think he's a Dark Hunter, which adds to the fact that I kind of like him. But I don't think he functions very well. I don't think he holds up the best from what I've seen from reviews and stuff. The picture makes him look like he can like lean over and like pose, but I'm pretty sure in actuality he's just kind of like left to be like a stumpy, like straight up kind of guy. Maybe if there was a torso articulation. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put him in B tier just because I think he was always really cool. Krekka, on the other hand, is a mess. He's an over-designed nightmare of a set. He's so weird. He's kind of, I think he's definitely supposed to be like a cyborg. And the cyborg vibes are there a little bit, but also he just looks like kind of a mess. I appreciate what they were going for, but I just don't think he really does too much for me personally. I'm going to put him in D tier, which seems very rude, but just keep in mind, I just think he does, the Titans are cool, but I just don't think he works as well as I think he could. I think he's just such a mess. He's one of the messiest looking Bionicle sets of all time. Taraga Doom and Nivok. Is this Nivok? Or is this something else? I think it's Nivok. This set's cool. It's a big ass bird with swooping claws and big wings, and and Taraga Doom can lock in there like it's a ride at an amusement park, which I think is funny. I had this set for a bit. It's neat. It's fun. It's a fun thing. It doesn't do a heck of a lot. It's just kind of a neat, like, it's got a fun gimmick. It's cool. I think it's cool for what it's worth, but it's not amazing. I'm gonna say it's a C tier. It's a neat set though, and also Doom was a very important part of the story too, so it's nice to get him. So this was supposed to be Makuta in old form. This was a combo model, and well, I will say it looks great up until you introduce the Doom parts with the red hand. It looks really cheesy. Also, the movie just did not do that. The movie just gave us the Makuta model from the first movie. So you would just use that Makuta. You wouldn't use this version of Makuta. But it's a neat combo model. I appreciate that they sold it. And he looks really cool. I love the wings. I do love the presence. His head is really scary, too, with the big teeth and everything. I do unironically want it, because I feel like he'd be a really fun character just to have. He just looks like an evil son of a bitch. And for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and slap him up in B tier. Just looks menacing, and it totally works for me. All right. We're not getting a lot of bad ones yet. Likan and the Kekanalo. This is cool. This is sort of the same idea that... this is kind of the same mentality that Takanuva had, where it's like the base build, but with extra colors and gold thrown onto it. This is where that Tahu sword splitting from G2 came from, too, which is really dope. He could make a lava surfboard. He also comes with a big critter, which is really dope. Yeah, I really like this pack. So fun fact, I looked this guy up earlier just for reference photos, and I saw him on eBay for like $20, and I was like, oh hell yeah. And then I realized it was a bid, and I was like so mad because I was like, we were almost there. I could have gotten him, but yeah, it was a bid, which really sucks. I wasn't even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try. I don't have the money right now for it, and I'm sure it's gonna go up to be like $200 anyways. So it's not even worth it. That's the issue with bids, is that it's a game. It's a game that you're not willing to pay. It's a game that you're not willing to play for. We're going to go ahead and slap this guy, though, in A tier, right next to Takanuva. I think these are both really good. I would actually say that Likan's a bit of a better set than Takanuva, but Takanuva is just a cool idea. You know, this is a better idea, but this is a better set, you know? Okay. This little idiot, I don't even know what the hell this is. This is so stupid looking. I'm gonna put this in F tier. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't even know. It just looks like a stupid little rat that like throws discs or something. It's got a Roxy head. Yeah, this thing's staying in F tier. This thing sucks. Okay, we've got the Rahaga next, which I always assumed was meant to be a pun of Roxy and Taraga, which I think it is. But they're apparently they're the Toahaga, which I always thought was really lame because I don't know. It felt like a pun that they were making. They're the Roxy Taraga. These guys suck. I'm not even going to lie to you. These are not good. I'm going to put them in E tier because they do not do anything for me personally. They're not even good like Taraga builds. They've got staffs, I guess. What really hurts is that I think what actually bothers me is the fact that they are... You could quite literally just tell me that these were shrunken down baby Roxy, and I believe you. But these are supposed to be like wise elders that are turned into like mutant creatures. And that a vibe does not... Also, they've got spinners on their back. This was 2005. This was the year of the spinner. And the spinners are not as cool as the discs. They're not. They're not as cool, unfortunately. Yeah, these things do not do anything for me. They're really bad. They're really lame. They are lame. Okay. Next up, we've got the Hordika. And I'm being perfectly honest. This might be the worst group of Toa ever. This is the bottom of the barrel in terms of like how to go about doing like a Toa design. They are all basically identical. They've got one gimp arm and then one arm with like a weird half feature. Their masks are kind of cool. They don't really look like the masks from the Metru. They don't really do a good job at like looking the same. They're bad. They're not good. They've got too much silver on them. They got the stupid spinners on their back. They're not good. I do not care for these guys at all. That's very much a personal opinion, but they do not do anything for me. In fact, I'm damn near tempted to put them in F tier. In fact, I'm going to put them in F tier. I can understand having some nostalgic joy for these things, but me looking at these right now, I absolutely hate them. I have no desire to pick any of them up, aside from like a meme in a video to have them like show up and like die instantly. That's it. They're bad. They're really bad. They're the lowest of the low that you can get in terms of... 2005 was a wacky year, man. It was a whacked out year. There was some good with it though. The Visorak were some good. These are cool. It appeals to the part of my brain that likes creepy crawlies and critters. I love creepy crawlies and critters. For those who are curious, this is the list so far. It is probably wrong, but that's okay. We're doing this for entertainment. We're not doing this to be legit. Yeah, the creepy crawlies here, they are cool. I like that they all had different limb lengths. That was kind of neat. Their heads, as far as I know, they are all different too. They all had different heads, which is actually really dope. That's actually a really dope idea. They had different pinchers. They had spinners. The spinners are stupid, okay? You cannot convince me that these spinners really work or look cool. They had like ripcords. Yeah, I don't know. These are fun, though. These are fun. Like, admittedly, I do like the look of these things. Have you done the ones that were under the sea? Don't remember the names. The Baraki. No, they're way down here. We'll get there eventually. We got to get through 2005 and 2006 first before we get there. But Visorak, they're cool. They are cool. I like them. They work well as swarm enemies. This actually feels like a modern take of the Borok. Their colors are actually good. I actually really like brown and red. I actually really like the Keat orange and the black. I think that's actually a really dope color scheme. Yeah, no, so I actually really like these guys. Again, they're not as cool as the Borok, but I'm not going to hold you. They're getting like a B tier. They're really solid. They're really dope. I have the red one. Or I had the red one. He's in pieces now. And he's neat. He's cool. Nothing that's going to win any awards or nothing, but they're fun. They're neat. I can imagine building out an army of these guys because there are slight differences, which I always appreciate because it shows some level of like innovation, which is cool. They're the highlights of 2005 for me. Because these Titans aren't doing it. Okay. Kitangu is really fun and wacky, but he's also kind of like Kreka, where he's kind of just nonsense as a set. He has a really lame... Oh, his weapon's cool. You can, like, spin it around and it, like, flings around. His head is also really unique, but he's kind of a mess looking at him. He's interesting because he's an animal, but he's also a wise old sage. He does not do a lot for me personally, though. We're going to go ahead and throw him in C tier because he's kind of fun, but again, I don't feel like he really does too much for me personally. Now, Sidorak always looked dope as a kid. I always really wanted Sidorak. He's kind of lame in the movie, and he doesn't do a heck of a lot. He looks awesome, but I don't know how well the set holds up in recent years. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to give him a B tier just because he just looks good. He just looks cool. I don't know. Again, I don't know how well he functions. He's not particularly interesting. He looks like a new version of Makuta, which is always dope. Rudaka is getting less than that. She's going in C tier. I just don't like her build. She inspired a horde of just horny fans who build Bionicle characters like this to this day, and I absolutely hate that aesthetic. It felt like for years they were making female characters just like the male characters, and then they were like, we gotta make her look like a sexy female, and so they gave her like boobs, like Roxy boobs and stuff like that. We're out of here. We're out of this hell. Votarak is terrible. Voparak or whatever his goddamn name is. He's terrible. He's a genuine. Let's go. Let's take a look at Voparak or Votarak or whatever his freaking name is. Okay, Voporak. Look at this nightmare. What is this? This is awful. His legs are kind of cool, but everything, like, what am I looking at here? What is this? What is he? What actually is he? Does anyone know? How down are the Glatorians? I mean, they're in 2009, so yeah, they're fairly down. Okay, this doesn't tell me any of the lore. Oh, wait. Taken from Lego. He's hunting for the Mask of Time. This servant of the Dark Hunters has the power to age anything he touches. Oh, damn. So he's pretty overpowered, but he looks like absolute shit. So his touch can age anyone or anything. That's bizarre. Okay. Well, set design's awful. I'm not afraid putting it in F tier. I think he's a really bad looking set. No, you know what? E tier. No, F tier. I'm really going back and I think he's an awful combo model. For a combo model that was built, he just does not do anything for me. He's just too much nonsense going on with him. You know, I like the combo model, like the Bro Rock. They look like cool combo models. Or this, this evil son of a bitch. Where is he? This guy. He looks cool. He's well done. This is not well done. This is a mash of parts that does not look good together. Okay. We're going to rank the 2005 sets. We're going to need photos of these guys because I do not remember what these things look like. Okay. Visorak Battle Ram. What are these strings? Oh, interesting. That's weird. Okay, this is the start of the Lego sets. These minifigures were awful. Can we admit that? The minifigures looked awful. They were terrible. They're just like chess pieces. They've got like no paint or anything. They look really bad. This set in particular is really lame. You get all the Toei, I guess, which is kind of cool. They all come with these stupid weapons. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a Visorak, I think, or is this a vehicle? I don't even know what it is. It comes with that gold Visorak head. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna slap that in E tier. Does not do heck of a lot for me, if I'm being completely honest. What is this? Tower of the Toa. This also comes with like a weird, like, what is that? What is this thing? What is this thing? There's no even information on this page. This is a gross, like, weird Vaki or Visorak thing. It's got a weird. So this is the Toa Tower. This is the Toa Tower, huh? Oh, these are black. That's interesting. I did not know they came in black. Okay. Maxilos, though, is really cool. Can't wait until you get there. You're fully set on that that age. Okay, this is D tier. I mean, it's not. It's a little bit better than this set, but not by much. In fact, a lot of these sets are just going to be kind of plain. All right, this is Battle of Metro Nui. This is the one I remember seeing. This is cool. This big blue Visorak with a gold head is a neat idea. I don't think this is a thing from the movie. It's very basic. I mean, look, the builds are nothing to write home about. You got a big-ass friggin' Toa head here. It's kind of fun. I don't know. If I had this as a kid, I probably would love it. But it is not... Admittedly, it's not very good. They just kind of like throw on bionicle blades. Put some lasers here. Like, what is that? Random Toa heads all over the place. It's just... The design philosophy is very strange to me. So we're going to go ahead and put this in... Again, it's another D tier. And what's this last one here? What is this last one? It was an exclusive. Yes, it was a special edition playset. Okay, this one is... this one's lame. It's just a cave. It's just a cave with a big Visorak head. Okay. Oh, it's interesting. They're trying to make these webs. That's interesting. They got a big boulder. The Toa are like, we're gonna use a big boulder to kill the Visorak. It's so stupid. This is a E tier, man. This is a E tier. If I ever did damn see one. Okay, the last sets of 2005. These guys are actually sick as hell. This is Norik and Iruni, the Toa Haga from these guys earlier. These guys, these little guys. Yeah, well they actually have Chad Toa forms, and they're different. They're actually different. One's gold and green, one's silver and red. That's really cool. That's a really cool idea. I like them both equally. And I know I keep doing this, but I feel like a lot of the special like Toa all go in A tier. It's just because they're just cool visually. They just look so cool. They're just fun. I promise you, once we go on, because there are less like now, especially going forward, there are less like cool special edition Toa, like epic Toa. They're going in A tier. They're just so much fun. They're great. They're some of my favorite. I mean, I wish I owned them. They look so cool. Yeah. Anyways. So, moving on, we are finally at 2006. There's a lot of stuff to get through. 2006 was a big year for Bionicle. I went Toa first, even though technically the Paraka came first. Let's start off with the Toa and Nika. I'm going to count these all as the same thing because they are all very... I mean, okay, we're starting to get towards more unique builds. But these guys all basically have the exact same structure. Their rubber masks are so weird. They're so scary. They do not look like the heroes. They look like demons out of hell. They've got glowing gun swords, and they've got big blasters with radiated ooze. It's just such a bizarre concept for a Toa team. And the fact that these were our friends back in the day that we used to love now turned into edgy... All-American reject loving guys. It's so weird. I know there's a special place in some people's hearts for these things. I don't have a single one of these. Nuparu's helmet always looked dope as hell because it has like rock like spikes on it. Kitangu looked scary as shit. Yeah, this is not Kitangu. I'm so sorry. This is freaking Kongu. That's why I'm saying Kitangu. Okay. Scary as shit. Absolutely scared the piss out of me. Their glowing weapons are fun. They're so gimmicky. They're so silly. I don't think I can give them anything higher than like a D tier. No, okay. You know what? They're C tier. I'll be generous with them. They're not amazing, but they're not offensive. They don't like personally offend me very much. The fact there were actually the color schemes are pretty fun. They're not like good representation of the elements because Jaller actually had some trans orange, and Motoro had trans blue, which was a very neat, new thing. So good for them for finally throwing in some elemental colors. Huki just completely abandoned the brown. They were just like, you know what? I mean, they were probably feeling the fact that like Onawa wasn't selling at all, but probably because this set is awful. But I also don't think What's His Pickle sold very well. The original Onawa from 2004. Yeah, he probably didn't sell too hot. So they were like, well, brown characters don't sell, so let's make him orange and gunmetal, because that represents stone, right? It does not do a very good job, but whatever. These are probably honestly too high, in my opinion, but I understand they're nostalgic, and they're very much a period piece for 2006. Whenever I think of Bionicle, it's like I think of 2001, I think of 2006, and I think of 2009. And then 2015, 2016. But like those are the main 3 years I think of. So I think they have some cultural impact for sure. Okay, let's do Paraka. Paraka are great. It's a similar idea. This is the idea that the Rakshi and the Borak Kul were trying to attempt, but done way better. They have weird different limbs. They've got weird feet. They've got bizarre heads with teeth showing. They're all glaring their teeth. I bought Zactan. He's a lot of fun. They're very simple. I don't like the fact that they got one like chode arm and then one long weapon arm that like flips around. I kind of wish they just had two like normal arms. But the weapons are fun. They're very over the top. They all come with goddamn shooters because of course they have to have these ooze shooters. They're all green. I like. First of all, I actually really like. Two of them have gold, which is very different. The rest of them have silver, which is kind of lame. I would have preferred. Oh, actually, Hakan has gunmetal. That's right. I think Avac has gunmetal too. It's nice to see some difference. It's not just all silver or all something or all one color. It is the darker color. It also Avac is also brown. They brought brown back, which is awesome. It's dark brown, I'm pretty sure, but still, it's dope. Come on, man, they're pretty cool. I agree. I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, they're great. I really like them. I'm not going to rank them individually because I do think that they're all very similar. So I'm going to rank them together. I would say I absolutely love Zactan's head. I love their heads are so unique. Well, I mean, looking Vizok, Thok, and Hakon are all very similar, but the other three are completely unique. I always really wanted Radak. He always looked like the most fun. His gold and with his crazy face. Yeah, no. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be very generous. I'm going to give these guys a B rank. They're just so fun. I feel like if their build was a little bit better, I know their torsos are kind of awkward and kind of exposed a little bit, and their limbs are a little bit weird. But I love the personality these guys have. They're easily some of the Bionicle sets with the most amount of personality. They have like actual faces. They have heads. Their theme is Yo-Yo Paraka. They brought rap and they shoot people and they rap and they kill people. It's cool. Dude, 2006 was wild. I'm almost damn near tempted to put them at A, but I'm going to leave them at B. I think that's respectable for them. I think they deserve to be quite high up there. All right, B tier and C tier are the biggest ways so far, which mostly goes to show that, Bionicle's good. Of course it's good, but there's a nice range of sets in here, I feel like. There's a good range of them. Okay, so looking up next, we're going to go to the Voya Nui Matoran, and these guys, I kind of have to rank them individually because they all have very radically different builds. Yeah, they're all completely different. I do not remember half their names. I think this is Balta or something. He's kind of cool. I don't know. He's got like chode arms. I will say, I'm going to just say this right now. Them using the Metru masks is the laziest thing they ever could have done. I don't know what it is about that I absolutely just don't care for the fact that they use the Metru masks. I get they were probably just trying to get rid of them, but this is like, I don't know. It's so lame to me. I'm not saying you have, at least give them different colors, right? I don't know, maybe switch the masks around in different colors. Maybe give us like a white version of Nokama's mask or something. Just change it up a little bit. These, you could tell me that these were the Toa Metru, but turned into Turaga, and I would believe you. Because that's what they look like, right? Am I crazy for thinking that? I know they've got weird, ugly proportions. I don't know. This guy is getting... I mean, I almost kind of want to throw them all together because they are all kind of the same vibe and theme. But I'll split them up because they are very different. They're all very, very different. This guy is going into... D tier for him. Velika, this guy's a great being or whatever, which is stupid. He's got shovel hands. I'll give him another D tier. This guy's stupid little asshole. I'm gonna put him in an E tier. Dalu, I think this is Dalu. Dalu's getting a E tier as well. And then this guy, Momumba or whatever his name was. Bomunga, is that his name? Bomunga. I could be totally wrong about that. Let's look him up. I'm gonna say Bomunga. If I'm right about this, you guys owe me $10. Wow, I was way off. Holy shit. This is Kazi. Bomunga, I think, is a Rahaga, actually, now I'm thinking about it. His name's Garon. Oh, this is Balta. Okay. Alright. I remembered most of them. But I called him Bomunga. This is so stupid. No, this is Garon. Okay. Garon is getting a friggin' E tier. You know what? We'll just throw them all together. They're all different, but they all kind of, I don't know, they don't do anything for me personally. I will say I'm very biased. I'm going to rank Puruk a bit higher because of Fodum. He's just such a great character, and I absolutely love his little chode build. We're going to put him in D tier. Okay, he admittedly probably doesn't deserve to be one higher than the rest, but that's literally just my Fodum bias speaking right now. He deserves to be a little bit higher just because I just love him. And he is a little hunchback little creep with big claw hands. So that's the whole, I just really enjoy him. So yeah, the others can sit down here and eat to you though and think about what they've done. I'm going to take a quick swig of water because I am dying. One second. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just rejuvenating myself. Okay. Axon is silly. He's got giant feet. He's got giant hands. His body and everything looks cool. His big axe is cool. But the fact of the matter is he's got these disgusting tumor arms and hands, which is really just... it's just so weird. Such a weird design philosophy. As a kid, you're like, hell yeah, this is cool. But as an adult, you're like, why has he got big tumor hands? He's cool, though. I like him. I really like the duality of him and Brutaka. He works really well with Brutaka. But as is, I'm going to say he's probably a B tier. He's neat. I love his mask, too. He's great. His torso build's amazing. It's just he's got really big feet and really big goddamn hands. It's just weird. Brutaka is an A tier. Probably deserves to be an S tier. I don't own him. I've always really wanted him. He's ridiculously expensive. He just has such a really good, menacing structure. He's one of the best Bionicle Titans. He's gold and blue. He's got a great mask. He looks like a mother fricker. He's just so cool. I don't know. He's just so effective. I think this is one of the most effective Titan sets of all time. He's exactly what I think of when I think of Bionicle Titans, or what they should be. Then we've got Umbra. Umbra's a silly little bitch, if I'm being honest. I think Umbra's a silly little hoe. And if I was a normal sane person, he'd probably be down in D tier. But because I'm not a normal sane person, I'm going to put him next to Axon because I love the idea of this radical skateboarding, lance wielding crazy guy with he's insane, dude. I love Umbra so much. He's the guard of the Mask of Life. For 100,000 years, his stability is awful. He cannot stand for shit. I don't like that he reuses the Wanua mask. I think that's really lazy. His color scheme's all over the place. He's got light-based powers and ultra-speed skates. How can you stop an enemy so fast you can turn into a beam of light? How? Does he have a Ratuka spinner? Oh, he's got the Ratuka spinner in the blight. Dude, he's insane. This is one of the most insane. He was unique. he was sorry, I'm having a stroke. He was a unique Walmart exclusive. Okay. Yeah, I love him. I don't know. There's something about him that I just adore. I think it's the ridiculousness of him. I know it probably feels insulting to put him next to Axon, but he's so silly. I really wish he was cheaper because I really want to go back and get him. He is the perfect character for Biorama. He's just an insane concept character, which I love. They do not make sets like that anymore. Okay. Next up is Vizon and Fenrak. This is a really dope 2-pack. I mean, I never owned this, but this is just, this appeals to every part of my brain that's just like wants cool shit. It's the 7th Paraka, and he's evil, and he's messed up, and he's riding a big spider creature, and it's just such as a concept, it's so just over the top silly, but I adore it. I really want to get him, dude. He's got a little chain to yank him around on. It's hilarious. Fenrak itself has like a giant mouth and he like screams. Yeah, he's crazy. He's got a spear of fusion. Oh, yeah, he has the Mask of Life, technically. That's really odd. That's very odd. He's not as cool as the other Paraka, I feel like. I'm putting him at A tier because I feel like it really works for that, like, that cool appeal that is, like, infecting me with nostalgia right now. I didn't even grow up with this set. I was nowhere near this set, but he just looks so freaking awesome. And the exact same thing can be applied to Vizon and Cardass, the Cardass Dragon. This is an insane combo model. It should not work in any world. Vizon's the exact same, but he's got a shield now, which is awesome. This is what you do. You make a Bionicle Dragon. There weren't too many Bionicle Dragons beforehand. It's almost weird that he's kind of just a mess of parts, honestly, but he's a thing. He's awesome looking, and I'm putting him in S tier. I don't want to even hear anything about it. I'm sure his structural stability is awful. I'm sure he can barely stand, but he just looks so goddamn cool. I remember seeing him in the Bionicle Encyclopedia and just being like, I'm in love. You know? I was in love. He's so cool. He's so awesome. God damn. Okay. We have so much filler stuff in 2006. It's not even funny. Look, we've got Ernak, the golden king of the Paraka, or whatever he was. What is he? Let's look him up. Okay, as Paraka travel the secret path to the Mask of Life, they were challenged by Ernak, a monstrous creature drawn from their nightmares. Okay, weird. So he's got a big bullet holder and then a gun with Paraka skulls on it. And his torso is also filled with Zamor. It's insane. It's kind of a terrifying concept, if I'm being honest here. I think his head is a reuse of another Paraka. I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure it's a reuse of Thok's head. But I could totally be off with that assumption. It looks the same. It was originally a combo model, but they re-released it as a special set with gold parts. And that's awesome. He's really damn cool. It's kind of silly and stupid looking. I'm not going to give it as high of a rank as the others. I'm going to slap it in B tier. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, but it doesn't... I mean, admittedly, it is also a combo model, so it does show a little bit of... I know I just gassed up Vizon and Fenrak or Cardass for that, but admittedly I do think there was more to do with the other ones, with the other three Titans. With 3 Paraka you can't get as much out of it, but it's still fun. It's still very fun. Alright, good guy. He's brought us a lot of good memes. He's a silly little man. For the memes, I gotta throw him in I gotta put him in a B tier. Everything else is like awful. This bad guy. Ooh, look at him. This bad guy. Ooh, he's an evil son of a... No, we're putting him in E tier. Actually, we're gonna keep him in E tier. And then what is this? Okay, this was the best part. Looking up the names was always the funniest thing. This is freaking... Who is this? Oh, it's Duracell Bad Guy. Dude, this is Duracell Bad Guy. Duracell Bad Guy is going in in E tier. He came with batteries. The head is gold. Well, I know it's gold. Obviously, it's gold. But I mean, like it. But I know it's. Bleh. I know it's gold, but I think it's the exact same head as Thox. I think it's just recolored, is what I was trying to say. I could be wrong about that, though. I don't actually know. It's not any of the others. It wouldn't be any of the others. It's closest in shape to Thox, because he's kind of got like a smile. Okay, these things are awful. This is goddamn quick good guy. This is like where you're like, Mom, go to the store, buy me some Bionicles. This is what Mom buys you. She buys you this awful shit. Quick good guy and quick bad guy. It's so stupid. Look at the builds for these things. They got Rakshi heads. They're built on feet with Ratuka spinners. They're carrying their. It's awful. It's so bad. I don't know what they were thinking, getting away with this shit. They're reusing the masks again. They already reused the masks this year. They're using them again. They can't keep getting away with this. This is insane. They did release Turaga Ali Khan. He's not bad. He came with batteries as well, I'm pretty sure. Gold good guy. Yeah. He's okay. He's not amazing. But it was nice to finally get him, especially since he was from the movie 2 years later. It's kind of neat. We'll give him a D tier just for that. I think he deserves a slightly higher rank for that. But the rest of these are all terrible. These don't even deserve to be this high. Good guy probably doesn't even deserve to be. Where did I put good guy? Put him in B tier? I'm not putting good guy in B tier. I'm putting him in C tier. His dumbass can move all the way down here. I don't care. He does not deserve to be that high. I immediately switched up on him, and it was not fair. It was not fair for him. All right. Okay. Next up, we are going to look at the playsets. Right. Okay. The Paraka Outpost. Oh, he came with one of those big... Dude, this is giving Mega Bloks vibes. This is such a ugly style. You've got this, like, base plate that's, like, hyper... This is not barely Lego. It's got a base... It's got a little Lego on top, but it's barely Lego. It's got paint on it. Like, this is so Mega Bloks, it hurts. You've got this, like, crazy Technic build, and then the little system build here. It's so... You know what's funny about these seaweed pieces? They were introduced to be like the Paraka spines, which is hilarious. I love the fact that they're still using these to this day. This is insane. This is the Toa's vehicle? What is this? Why would they ever need something like this? That is insane, dude. Oh, that is a nightmare. That is hell on planet Earth. I'm going to give that an E tier. It's not great. It's honestly not good, but it's funny. It is damn near funny. That's the best thing about these builds, is that they're always just insane looking. Especially these early ones. This is the lava chamber gate. Okay, this is simple. Again, it's just... This is the problem. They kind of just go like... Bionicle parts. Slap them everywhere. They come with these weird... These bases are crazy. I cannot believe these bases were a thing. This is like some Mega Bloks shit. Look, they've got... Sorry, watch my language. They've got goddamn snowboards. They're going in to fight the... They got big blasters on the end. What the hell is this? They got big blasters on the snowboards. That is not... These things... There's no way these things stood up properly. Look at this crazy shit. They're using an Axon mask there to like hold ammo. They got ammo up here. They got shields. They got this big Axon gate. This is crazy. I can't rate these very highly, but they're so entertaining to watch. Like, genuinely, these are so fun to look at. Like, just going back, these are absolutely the craziest parts of Bionicle lore to me. This is the Paraka Stronghold. I saw the commercial for this one. These things move inwards, and it's meant to, like, come alive. What the frick is this? This is a chariot. He's got a whip. He's whipping this... thing, whatever this thing is it alive? It's insane. I'm going crazy looking at this because this is nonsense. I do love the idea that the Paraka Stronghold just has a big Paraka head. It's just a funny idea. These are absolutely insane, like genuinely crazy. I'm gonna rank most of these in E tier because they don't really they don't deserve to be any high. You know, I'll put this in D tier. This one's kind of cool just for how crazy it gets. What's the last one? What's the special edition? Race for the Mask of Light. This one's bound to be crazy. Okay, they got a speedboat with claws on it. And then they've got like a big dude. What is this? Why is Huki being left behind on this random structure? I love the idea that the Toa are like, we must assemble the speedboat. It's just so... It is so obvious that it is just random Bionicle pieces slapped onto these weird builds. These are not good. They're not good. They're not good. This one's actually pretty bad. I'm going to say that one is in F tier. It's really bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally getting on to 2007. One of the, in my opinion, one of the best years for Bionicle. Easily one of the absolute highlights of Bionicle. Yeah, this is an awesome year. Okay, so we're going to talk about a lot of this. They did have system sets, too. What is that? Zyglac? Oh, it came as an official thing? That's dope. I didn't know that. Okay. It did have system sets. Yes. Okay. So we are going to start off with these little idiots. We've got Diffalac, Dekar, Thulox, and Morak. This is weird. This is the first time they didn't release like 6 of these guys, and it's just like 4 of them, and 2 of them are dudes, 2 of them are scorpions. They're basically the exact same builds. I don't particularly care for these. This Matoran build is kind of cool. It is nowhere near as good as the original Matoran. I still think the 03 Matoran builds had the best builds, but these guys are fine. I guess, you know, if you had to go out and get your kid something, you didn't want to buy... You didn't want to splurge to buy the Toa or the Baraki. I guess this is acceptable. I'm going to say they're going in D tier. They're more interesting than the Voyanui Matoran. They're a better, like, build. And also, this mother fricker was in the goddamn commercial. So I remember this guy. He is cool. I could not tell you anything else about the rest of these. This guy could be like the god of the Mask of Life or something. I would not be able to know. I have no idea who Defelac is. I don't care. This guy's cool, I think. I don't know. I think he's cool. I can't even tell. He's an underwater Matoran. They got like these stupid blasters on their shoulders. They've got like he's got little hook hands. I don't know. Recolors of masks, though. That's really nice. It is a bit lazy that it's just the Iruni and Norik masks just recolored. I never noticed that until just now. It's just, you could tell me these were the same characters, just remade or reborn or whatever, and I would believe you. Okay. I'm going to take a swig of water, and we are going to rank the Baraki. This might have been a bigger task than I assumed it was, because there are so many more characters left to go. Okay. I'd say we're about halfway. We've ranked a lot today. I will be so done talking about Bionicle after this. Baraki are amazing. They're all unique builds, so I'm having a hard time. I think I have to rank them separately, because they're all unique. They're very unique. They're not even close. Kalma... I'm going to be honest, Kalma always looked cool, but his build does leave something to be desired. But he still looks awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and put him in B tier. Karapar looked super cool. He's a big, beefy crab man. I don't like his secondary color being gray. I think that's kind of lame. But the copper color is really fun. He's a big crab man. He's got one big claw. I will say, the fact that they all needed to have a blaster was really lame. I don't like the fact that they all have a blaster. I would have much rather them had focused on like crazier weapons. They had squid launchers. This guy's a little bit less cool than Kalma. I'll give him a C tier. Karpar's cool though. He hits that appeal for me. Then we got Pridak. Pridak's very nostalgic for me. He was one of my he's my first Baraki. I got him for Easter one year. And he was crazy. I actually have him. Yeah, he's up on my shelf right now. His build is crazy. He's very weird. He's covered in blood, which is really cool. Love his fins. He's a fun character. Does he look like a shark? Some people say he's supposed to be a mantis shrimp. I don't think he's a mantis shrimp. I think he's clearly a shark. But he does not look like a shark. He's very bizarre. He's very alien. It's a very alien design. But for that, I'm going to give him an A tier, or B tier. I think he's really goddamn cool. He's very wacky, though. I will admit, his build is not for everyone. He's got a very strange build. Takedox. Oh, man. Okay. Real talk here. Takedox was one of those sets that I always wanted as a kid. I had the McDonald's toy of him, and I was obsessed with him. I would like dip him underwater and like play with him. I absolutely loved Takedox. When I finally got to go back and buy him and use him in Biorama, it was one of the most like fulfilling experiences because it was just so much fun. His parts didn't last very long. I had to replace a bunch of his parts, but his I think just his head, his like what's it called? His silhouette is great. His posture being like hunched over. I think this is the shrimp. I don't know what he's supposed to be. He's like a weird bug thing. But he's awesome. He's so cool. In fact, he's my favorite Baraki. I mean, the names are getting confusing. I'm going to put him in A tier. I think he deserves it alone just for the fact of his role in Biorama. Thatch did an amazing job voicing him. I've always loved him. A tier is kind of a wild card. I'm not going to lie. A tier is very random. I'm nearly tempted to put him in S tier. Nearly. Okay. Mantax doesn't do a heck of a lot for me. I'm going to put him next to Karapar. I don't know. He's supposed to be a Manta. His head's kind of cool. I feel like he was always the one that I was always the most like about, you know? Alec always looked dope though. I always really wanted Alec. I'm going to put him next to these guys. He looks dope. He looks great. I always really want him. I kind of want to go back and get him though because he's a lot of fun. And he's an electric eel, which is kind of fun. He's got big Wolverine claws. Hell yeah. All right. Now we're going to get on to the Toamari. These guys are very hit or miss. Jowler, in my opinion, and again, I'm going to rank them separately because they're all very different. Jowler, in my opinion, is great. I love the fact he's got a little crab. He looks way better than Inika Jowler. I'm not even hearing you out. His sword is cool. I like his build. I think his torso... Yeah, they had a really bad problem with like making their torsos look good a lot of the time. A lot of times they just wouldn't come with chest armor, which was very weird. I don't understand why they just didn't include chest armor sometimes. Jowler is great though. I dare say I'm going to put Jowler in B tier. He's a really solid contender for one of the best. I think he's the best version of Jowler. Aside from, I guess, where's Bird Jowler? Did I put him down here? Yeah. Yeah, he's the best version of Jowler. Okay. Huki's not great. He's so weird. He comes with chains. He's got a weird staff. His mask is weird and wide. It looks like a freaking evil villain mask. He's got swords hanging off of his shoulders. He's not great. This is a very much it also is a completely different color scheme from Inika, from the Inika version. I don't understand. I'm actually going to put this in freaking E tier. I don't like him. I actually really don't like him. It's kind of unique, but at the same time, I also feel like I just don't like the look of him. Actually, you know what? We'll put him in D tier. I don't think he's that bad. Yeah, we'll leave him there for now. Motoro, great set. He's so bizarre looking. He's got a hunchback. He's very alien. He's got hook hand. His mask is like scuba themed, which is really cool. But I like him. He does not remind me of Motoro. He's very alien, and he feels like a different character. But I like that he's almost like weird and bizarre and alien looking. I'm actually gonna put him in A tier. I used to own this set. I used to love him. I used to thought he was really fun back in the day. I don't know how well he holds up now, but yeah, no, I really like him. Unpopular opinion. I really enjoy him. Holly is the poster girl for this wave. The wings are really cool. The claw hand was kind of neat, but those lime joints were a huge complaint from a lot of people. The mask is cool, but again, I feel like she does just kind of inherently suffer. She looks great, but for the functionality and for the fact that she just wasn't a very strongly put together character with the lime joints and everything, C tier. Nuparu, I'm going to be honest, Nuparu looks freaking amazing. I'm going to put him in B tier. Always really wanted him. He just has this really nice flow to him. The shield is incredible. The mask being all silver is very unique. Very unique. It's not something I ever expected. but it is incredibly unique regardless. It was a neat look for him. Again, it doesn't really look like Nuparu. It kind of looks like another random character, but I'm okay with it. He looks really cool. I've always liked him. Kongu's bad. Kongu's going next to Huki. He just got gun arms. He's stumpy and weird. He just doesn't do it for me. He's just kind of lazy, in my humble opinion. Okay, so we're starting to see a lot more of a different distribution between these characters now, because the builds are getting slightly more unique. There is still some samey, and I probably could rank them on the same rank, but that's not true, because I love Motoro way more than I love freaking Huki or Kongu. Alright, now we're going to rank the Titans. Now, this was another big year for Titan sets. Hydraxon. Hydraxon has one of the coolest Bionicle names, and was one of the coolest characters, because this motherfricker had articulated fingers, which was crazy at the time. And I'm not talking, I mean, it had been done before with like bigger, more Titan sets and stuff like that, but this guy had articulated little Exoforce fingers, and it inspired a whole generation of mockists to do the exact same thing. I still do that on multiple of my creature mocks. If I want to give them like weird fingers, like articulated fingers, and not just give them the fist piece, I will always do a very similar Hydraxon method. We've had better pieces over the years to make better, more structural hands, but Hydraxon's still really cool. Just a cool character. I watched that 2006 commercial or 2007 commercial so many times with them fighting and like showing up, and he always just worked for me. I don't know what it was about him. He just looked so cool. I think he's a jailer, so his whole job is to be like, I don't know, a dick and just like arrest people underwater, I guess, is his whole deal. He's got blade arm, he's got gun arm. Yeah, no, he's fun. He's really fun. He's not amazing. He's not one of my favorite Titans, but I'll give him a solid B tier. I think he's a lot of fun. Maxilos and Spinax, on the other hand. Maxilos is a big boy. I always wanted to own this set. It's Makuta in a new body. He's a buff boy. He's very robotic, which is cool. He's huge, which is also really dope. Again, never owned this set. Always really wanted to own it. Unfortunately, hello, man Lee. Hi. That was very ominous. Hi. That was ... But yeah, no. This is a dope one. I can't rank them fairly. Aiden has a set and he loves it, so I feel like it should belong in A tier, but I don't have it myself personally, and I don't know. He looked cool. I just think, you know what? We'll put him in A tier. I think he deserves to be up there. He came with a friggin' dog, a big spiny dog. He's a big boy. He had a big staff. He was big. He was a cool guy. I saw someone put Makuta's mask on him, and it actually looks really good. So he kind of works as like a modern version of Makuta, which is cool. Also, he had, I believe, if I'm correct, he had like Paraka hands as his hands, kind of like Brutaka. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Hold on. Let's check it out. Am I right about that? Yes, he does. Okay. So look at him, dude. Okay. I'm actually much happier with my decision leaving him putting him up there, cuz he looks freaking dope. I was looking at that small picture and I was kind of unsure about him, but now that I'm seeing this photo, yeah, no, he absolutely deserves to be up there. He's so cool. Dude, he uses the Vizon masks as his shoulder pads. Yeah, no, his color scheme is actually way more consistent than I thought it was. The grays, I mean, again, it's not an exciting color scheme per se, but oh man, does it not, it looks really cool. This is a good Titan. We're going to leave him in A tier. I think he's very solid. Same exact thing goes with Gadunka. I freaking love Gadunka. I've always loved Gadunka. I've always thought he was a really fun set. He's not as big as I thought he was. In the commercials, he's like gigantic and huge. And so I assumed he was like way bigger as a kid. He's not that big. I love the idea that this is like a small, like little tiny like crustacean creature, and then the Mask of Life like grows it to 1,000,000 times its size, which is really funny. The fact that it looks like a creature out of hell. It looks like a terrifying ocean beast. It's got really weird like thick limbs, and it's such a weird build. It's one of the most unique Bionicle builds of all time, and for that I'm also giving it an A. It's just so fun. I have it right now, sitting on the shelf. I'm very happy. What's Bionic? Jace Lower Y said. Dude, what's Bionicle? You're a little late to the party there, my friend. I am going to have no voice by the end of this, by the way. Holy crap. It doesn't help that while I was preparing for this stream, I was talking, while I was setting up this entire setup, I was talking a lot to myself, which was not a good idea. Because I've basically done this twice now. Okay, we've got goddamn... what's his pickle? I know his name. Shoot. I'm going to have to look it up. Nocturne. Nocturne's dope. Unfortunately, he's got lime joints, which does suck. It means that his joints aren't going to hold up very well. But he's the coolest version of, like, the Baraki, because he's, like, this weird, like, glowing... Again, it totally works for that, like, transparent, like, scary deep-sea creature vibe. I don't think he's as good as these other ones. I think the lime joints do hold him back, but he looks great. I feel like he looks really, really cool. So we're gonna slap him in B tier. I also, he's got 2 tentacles. He's got 1 tentacle, 2 claw hands, or two blade hands, and then 1 gun hand, which is kind of lame. But he does look awesome. I'll give him that. It looks really damn cool. I just wish he just probably doesn't hold up very well, unfortunately, due to those joints, right? Yeah. I don't know. He's cool. He was a special edition set. He released in... Oh, he was a lieutenant of Elec. Interesting. I would have never been able to guess that. He was $15. Oh my god. What was he an exclusive to? Okay, he was just special edition. Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, I love it. I love Nocturne, but he's gonna sit down in B tier because I just feel like he isn't as cool as the other ones. Debatable. All right, Karzani. Now Karzani was a crazy set. It was a 4-pack. You got 2 Matoran to add to your Matoran ranks for these other little chode guys. You got a Trap. The Trap was kind of lame, honestly. It sucks. But then you get Karzani, who's one of the craziest builds of all time. I am not going to lie. The only thing that comes to mind when I look at him is Fodum Karzani and Okoto Karzani, because that's just the personality that is built in my head whenever I see this character. I cannot even imagine what his role in the story is. He was on an island for a bit, and then he got cast to the ocean and became mutated or whatever. I don't even know. He's fun. He's got chains. The design is sick. I think his head build is so unique. It's 2 Pridak feet slapped together with horns and eyes sticking off the end of it. They easily could have given him reused another Baraki head. But the fact that they decided to give him this weird ass head and give him this weird proportion where he's got these really thick thighs, which was a very consistent theme for a lot of these creatures. Like, freaking Gadunka had really thick thighs, too. I mean, I think this set... I don't have it. I'm going to put in A tier. I think every other part of the set kind of, like, lowers it back just a little bit. The fact that you get another Vakama Matoran... Which is like okay, so let's go back. Let's see how many times this mask has been reused. We've got 1 in this set. Okay? We're just counting okay, we got 1. We've got 2. We've got 3. We've got 4. Okay, 4 times. That's actually not that bad. But it's crazy how often they use it for it. I'm going to keep it in A tier. I'm really tempted to put it in S tier just because of how much Fodum has, like, affected my love for him. if he wasn't so expensive. God damn, he's such an expensive set. He goes for up towards hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. It's insane. He does not worth to be that expensive. It is shocking how Thatch and Okoto have managed to get multiple copies of him. It's insane. It's damn near insane. Okay. Moving on. I believe we have the buildable... Oh, no, we have Lesovic. Lesovic the failure. This is another case where Fodom is, like, blinding my judgment. It's, like, ruining my thoughts on all of these. It's, like, it's affected my brain chemistry here. His vehicle's fun. You know, it's neat. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's, like, amazing or nothing, but it's fun. It's a little cruiser vehicle. And he's a fun-looking Toa dude. He's got the holly mask in lime green. That's really nice. I like when they recolor masks instead of just giving characters the same masks. As far as I know, Lesovic is designed... like, his whole team died or whatever. And he's basically... He's like, I'm going to avenge my team or whatever. He's got a sea sled. Damn. Yeah, he's fun. He actually works, honestly, he works better as a Kongu Mari. I think he would work very well as Kongu Mari. If you just gave him the other mask. I feel like, but I don't know. He's really neat. He's not amazing. He's not going to blow anyone's mind. So I'm going to put him in B tier. He's fun, but I don't think he's like incredible. I don't think he's like the other guys where it's like, yes, you know, he's just kind of cool. All right. Now we are moving on. Oh, we got these little idiots. Okay. These are freaking dumb. I'm just going to put these in F tier. These are so stupid. I can't even say anything good about them. They're quick. They're good guys. They're quick good guys and quick bad guys. You know? In fact, first of all, why are these here in E tier? They should be at F tier. Move these down to F tier. Come on now. What am I, a fool? Move those down to F tier. I can't even believe I entertained the idea that they were in E tier. They're so stupid. Okay. These are the system sets. Now the system sets were... I actually had two of these, so I have hands-on experience with these. First, we have the Baraki Deep Sea Patrol. I got this from a store called Laugh and Learn back in the day. They came with a ton of weapons. I will say, completely gave up on the minifigures. This is supposed to be Huki, I guess. I can kind of see it. There's Kalma is in there. It came with a weird, like, freaking jellyfish. Came with a weird thing. This vehicle was fun. It's fun. It actually is fun. It's unique. They did a much better job at balancing the Bionicle parts and the system parts this wave. It's not great. I mean, this works because it's all one color. Or, not all one color, but there's less colors in here than usual. But it's already a step up. This pod thing, too. I wonder how valuable those pieces are. I wonder how many sets those pieces came in. Because I've never seen those parts ever used in anything. Huki basically just... He hops in there and he goes for a ride. It's interesting. It's cool. I'm actually going to give this a slightly higher rank. I think these are better. It's a C tier. I'm not going to give it an amazing rank just because of nostalgia. I'm going to give it a C tier because it's not bad. I've seen worse. Okay, next up we got Toa Undersea Attack. I also got this one. This one, again, I feel like it's better. It's doing better. Now, there are a lot of Bionicle pieces. You can see all the blades and everything just coming out of this one. But again, it kind of cool. Okay, first of all, this is supposed to be freaking Elec. That's not Elec. That's freaking... This is Jowler. Like, you can just tell. This is Pridak. They just gave up on these. This creature was fun, too. I mean, it's fun. Right? It's fun. It's not offensive. These don't offend me. Aside from the minifigures, I don't know what. At least they're articulated to a certain degree. But they are also very... I don't know, poorly done. You know, they're not very well done. They really aren't. And they also, I don't think these were super structurally sound. That was one thing. This one's worse than the other one. But I'm gonna put it. I'll put it in D tier. It's not as good. Okay, we got the last one. I always really wanted this set. I was so like. I was so obsessed with getting this set. I remember seeing it in like magazines. Dude, look at this thing. Look how insane this thing is. It's got a big Toa head. I mean, this was the thing in the... This was supposed to be like their Toa's big sub that was like going down in the ocean. It's cool. A lot of random shit just slapped on, though. I will admit that. These things are insane, by the way. Also, white Prydac head. That's really cool. This thing's cool, too. They're kind of nightmares. They're kind of just messes. They are better than the 2005 ones, for sure. And they're a lot better than the 2006 ones as well. But not by much. There are slight improvements. Yeah, no, this is not amazing. But it is still really cool. I'm gonna give it a D rank, same as this one. They're just neat. They're just fun. You know, you ever see something you're just like, that's fun. That's a decent idea. Sorry, guys, I'm just checking something really quick. Just checking something very quickly. I haven't looked at my phone in a while, so I'm just making sure, checking everything out, making sure it's all okay. All right, we should be good. Okay, let's continue on. We got 2008, 9, and the rest of the years left. Okay, so starting off with the Shadow. Well, this is okay. I did this in a really weird way. I put the Shadow Matoran I put these guys together, which makes sense. These all released at the same time, and then I put all the Toa together, which is weird because they didn't release together, and I put all the Makuta together. It's very odd. I did this in a very weird way. These do not do a heck of a lot for me, if I'm being completely honest. These were the new versions of the Matoran. They're super simple. There is some body difference here. Like, there's a skinnier body, and then there's like a fatter body, which is kind of a cool idea. But I don't know. They're so simple. They're some of the worst Matoran designs, in my opinion, and we would go on to see this exact same philosophy with the Agori in 2009. These bat ones are like, I have Gavla. I actually have this guy, and I think I always wanted Tanma. Is that his name? Because he was always like, he was the face of like 2000 and like all the ads and stuff. I always really wanted him. Yeah, Tanma. Okay. I didn't have any of these other guys except for Gavla. I bought Gavla after the fact because he was like cheap on Bricklink. So this red thing is an idiot. He's kind of got like a spider vibe going on with him, which I guess is kind of cool. But we're gonna give him a E tier. In fact, I think I'm not even gonna rank these all separately. I think they're all on the same level for me. They're all going in E tier. They're kind of fun. They've got jetpacks and shit, which is cool, I guess. But they just don't do it for me. They're simple. I think they're very simple. They're very simple. Tanma probably deserves a slightly higher rank because he's one of my. He was lots of fun, and I think he's simple. But I mean, I don't know. He's kind of lame. All right. Okay. Next up, we've got the Toa, and I'm going to rank these separately. I'll rank the Mystica differently from the Fantoka, because I think the Mystica are worse than the Fantoka. First off, starting off with Tahu, these are along the lines of the Toa Hordika. They're some of the worst Toas we've ever gotten. They barely look like the characters. They're an absolute horrible version of them. I have not owned a single one of these. But if you ever told me that this was Onua, I would be like, what are you talking about? He looks more like Makuta than he does Onua. They've got guns, and I don't know. I was not a fan. I'm also a much bigger fan of this blaster, the Sky Blaster, as opposed to the weird pump blaster that came later. I don't know why they did multiple blasters. It's really strange. Okay. I'm going to say that these guys are straight up in F tier. Yeah, they're not good. I really don't care for them. Maybe you have good memories with them, but they do not do anything for me. Blockman said, yeah, I'm upsetting people. I'm already upsetting people. Actually, we haven't gotten as violent as a reaction as I expected, which is good. This is the whole tier list so far. I'm not nostalgia driven because 2008 was when I really started getting into Bionicle. I bought quite a few sets from 2008. Actually, that's not true. I only got a couple from 2008. The Fantoka are slightly better than the Mystica, but not by much. I don't like the fact that Gray... I don't even know none of these guys. Okay, fair enough. These are slightly better. I'm going to put them in E tier, but they're not, like I said, they're not better by much. Henna Limpin said, bro. Bro. Lee was also the poster boy for this year. I'm not a huge fan of these guys. I just think their colors are so boring. I don't like their masks, really. They don't really look like the old Toa. I appreciate them bringing them back one more time for the story, but they just don't do it for me. Okay. The Makuta, on the other hand, I think because they're kind of creatures and they're a little bit weirder, I think they work a lot better for me personally. I don't know if that's a common belief. Vampira here. That's not Vampira, is it? Hold on. Have you ever heard this game called Papa the... You're talking about Parappa the Rapper? Yeah, I love Parappa the Rapper. Antraz. Okay, Vampira's the blue one. Antraz is pretty cool. I really like this guy. He's got the wings. He's got the claws. I like the fact that they had like long limbs and their masks are very bestial because they're Makuta. So I'm actually going to give this guy a B tier. I think he's great. He's a lot of fun. Same thing with Vampira. Vampira's dope. Vampira's over here. He's a little bit weird. I don't own any of these guys, by the way, so I'm going off of like my memory. Yeah, dude, look, I love how bestial he is. It's just cool. I like the vibe. His head was really cool. You love that game. You love it. That game is my entire life. Henna said, "What?" I've never played Parappa. It's got a great style, though. I appreciate the style of it. Yeah, Vampira's great. I'm going to go ahead and give Vampira a very similar ranking. I actually think Vampira is honestly a bit better than Antraz, but we're going to put them in the same rank because I don't think these guys are amazing. Their builds are kind of lackluster. I also really like their like glowing weird torso balls. And they have shadow things. I'm not even going to try to explain what the hell that is. But I think B tier is actually bigger than C tier right now, right? Oh, they're about the same. Okay. And then we've got Chiros or what Chiros? Yeah, just because of me learning you can play PS4 games on PS5, I can download the remaster of Parappa. Dude, you do love Parappa the Rappa. Blood joins a Bionicle stream, immediately starts talking about Parappa the Rappa. Okay, here's the thing about Chirox, right? Very basic. I wouldn't even say... This isn't even really good, honestly. It's these arms. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 4 digits here. That's crazy. They want to just give him gigantically long arms. It's kind of cool. I kind of dig it, honestly. I'm a fan of that aesthetic. I don't think it's as good as the other two, though. I'll be fair. I'm going to put it in C. I think it's fun, but I do not think it's as good as the other two. They're all not very good build. I keep in mind, Bionicle builds at this point were getting very lackluster. They're getting very like empty and hollow feeling because they were cutting down a lot of the... I'm getting some hearts. Damn. Okay. Next up, we've got the Mystica Makuta. These guys are a lot more bug-like. The other ones were more like bat-like and like bird-like kind of. These guys are very bug-like. I had these two. I had Biddle and I had Krika. I did not have Gorast. Biddle is okay. I'm going to put him next to Chirox. He's okay. He had a really cool mask. I'll say that. He's got wings too, which is kind of fun. But other than that, he doesn't. He's not. I'm not crazy for him. He also had a really small torso, which was kind of fun. He had a tiny little torso and like long spindly legs and a long neck, which was kind of fun. Krika's awesome. He probably doesn't hold up too well, but I'm very biased and I'm going to say he's an A tier because I always really like Krika. I don't care for the shoulder gun on him. If you rip that off of him, he's just a really cool design. I love the red and the white and the black. You wouldn't think it would work as well as it does. I don't really collect Bionicle. Why are you here then? No, I'm kidding. I appreciate you joining. It's just odd that you just hop into a stream and be like, what? It's just interesting. I appreciate it nonetheless, though. Krika's dope. Krika is dope. I'm just gonna pull up a photo of him because I really like Krika. He was also, but I still love them. Oh, okay, that's fair. I cut you off way too quick. Yeah, I mean, looking at photos of him, he's not amazing. But there's just something about him. I don't know. I think it's the bestial idea. It's the idea that I really just like creatures. And this idea of this like short-legged, long-armed thing is just really cool to me. So that's why he's an A tier. Probably does not deserve to be an A tier, but I'm very biased. And it seems like the story gave him a lot of attention and made him a really interesting character too, which is dope. Or her. I think it's a girl? No, it's a guy. Because Gorast is a girl. And Gorast is not great. Gorast is pretty lame. Sort of the same deal with Biddle. Backwards torso for some reason. You know what? It's actually better. I think I have that. That Bionic character. I think I have that. I think I have. Oh, cool. It's dope. Gorast is okay. I don't know. The mask is really cool. The mask is selling me on the character, but the rest of it, the four arms, I don't know. It's okay. What do you guys think? Do you guys like Gorast? I'm not fully convinced. The mosquito vibe is fun. I'm going to put Gorast in next to Biddle. We'll be fair. Okay. Toa Ignika, or Ignika, or whatever you want to call him. This was a big deal because the Mask of Life was getting a body. He has a freaking, I mean the white and red thing with the gray and green. Yeah, Krika. He's got a vehicle. It's kind of a cool idea, the Mask of Life finally taking on a body. He's got a gun. The color scheme, I mean, you would not be able to convince me that this is just not a Toe of Stone because the Toe of Stone just looked like that. Getting the Mask of Life was awesome though. Especially this version. It was silver, which was kind of lame, but regardless, it was pretty cool that we were finally getting the Mask of Life in as a real thing. I mean, we had gotten it before with Vizon, technically. My friend has a lot of Bionicle toys. Cool. But Toa Ignika is not my favorite. You'd think I would put him like A tier, like the rest of the special characters, but he doesn't give me the same vibe. You know what? He's a C tier. I think he's alright. I think he could have been better, though. Alright. Oh my god. Toa Takanuva, or whatever this guy was called. Just Takanuva. One of the best Bionicle sets of all time. This is not a flattering photo. This is a really bad photo. This guy's build holds up so well. Did they remove all the red axles from him? Oh, you can kind of see it on his shoulder there. Okay, never mind. I thought they like removed his axles. Because that's a major complaint about him is that he's got these really bright red axles. This is Toa of Light and Shadow. Yeah, so Takanuva now has both powers, and he's gigantic too, which is awesome. I love this build. He might be one of the best looking Bionicle sets of all time. And for that reason, I'm giving him an S tier. I got him for the first time quite a few years back, and I was in love with him. My only sad thing is I used to build a mock called Minzu, a really old mock back in the day named Minzu, and I used to just copy the torso verbatim because I thought it was such an effective, cool torso. Plus, I thought the chest piece looked a lot like a skull. Does it kind of look like a skull? It's got eyes. It's got a little, yeah, it's vaguely skull-like. All right. I think he's S tier. I think he might be one of my favorite Bionicle sets of all time. He's not, again, you know, we've moved away from functions. We've moved away from functions. There's like barely any functions. He's got a gun and he's got a staff. Ooh, you know. But he looks so cool. He's undeniable. To Amnesia, Morocco, Uganda ain't Goa. I don't know what you're talking about. That's alien language to me. Might be a reference to something. I don't even know. All right, Icarax. Icarax here was, I actually thought for a really long time that he was just Makuta. I mean, look at him. He just looks like Makuta. As far as, what's Icarax's deal? Winged Makuta warrior with his twin sword. Okay. Tridax pod. All right. They don't give me any information about how much did he retail for. $20, dude. $20 back in the day. You used to get a cool ass Titan. He's cool. Again, I just thought he was Makuta. I think that's the issue. Is he just looks like Makuta. His design is really effective though. You know, you just get a cool design sometimes. I'll give him a B tier. He's cool. I was always much more of a Mutran guy myself. Mutran and Viking. These guys are fun. I mean, this guy's kind of a lame ass chode. But this guy, I'm okay. Okay, admittedly, I mean, these are no better than the base ones, but he's got slightly more weapons. I think this guy was a scientist, if I remember correctly. Getting that mask in green is also cool, even though the lime green parts did not hold up very well. Also, this was the year that they switched from the like the open joints that were a little bit softer to like the more hard shell, like more cracked up joints. A lot of casualties from this year, a lot of broken joints from this year, which really sucks. Shadow Leech Vats. Okay, they don't even... I thought these guys were scientists. Whatever. Interesting. $15! Get both these guys for $15? That's crazy. That's crazy. They're cool. They're not as cool as Icarax for me, though. So I'm going to place them a little bit lower. I'm going to give them a C tier. They're alright. They're okay. They're not amazing. It's funny. He actually has the same mask as Chirox. That's cool. Alright. We are going to do... Oh! Velika. This is not Velika. I don't know why I said that. This is freaking Mazika. Okay, similar name. This was $30. You get this big ass turret. I love the idea that this guy just like he's like, I'm sick of the Makuta invading our land. He just pulls out a giant turret and like walks around and just starts mowing them down. It's really funny. I really want this. In case you guys didn't know, I'm a huge vehicle fan. I love Bionicle vehicles so much. This is not too big. It's fun. It's got 4 legs. It's just a cannon. It's just a giant cannon. And I think for me, that totally works. I really like this set. I really want it. I'm going to put it in B. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. But here's a set that I have a little bit more personal connection to. It's Voltraz. Ya boy Voltraz. I owned this set back in the day. I don't know why I owned it. I could never tell you why I had it. I think it's because maybe I wanted to get one of the bigger vehicle sets and like my parents said no, so they got me this instead. I can't tell you anything about Voltraz. He became the main villain of my series, Biorama. Evil Voltraz fires devastating bolts of shadow from its front-mounted blaster. That's so interesting. It's a chode-like sky vehicle. It's very small. It's not very good. It doesn't do anything aside from just stand there. It's got ammo loaded up on top. It's got a blaster down here. It was very fun to just swoosh around. And Voltraz became a very I only like Voltraz as much because I decided to throw him in Biorama for some random reason. And for that reason alone, I'm going to rank him pretty highly. My heart is telling me A tier, but my mind is telling me B tier. I think I'm going to go ahead and put him in B tier. It's going to suck. I mean, admittedly, it's not a great set. It's a Shadow Matoran, which I ranked very lowly. I don't like the build of the Shadow Matoran. Though I will say, I like Voltraz actually because his colors matched across the board. A lot of the Matoran had, like, I don't know, gray hands and then, like, white arm and, like, a gray body. Voltraz had red body, red arms, red hands, red legs, red feet. And he had a red with black mask. And his mask is cool, too. I mean, let's look at Voltraz's mask again. It looks cool. It's a dope-ass mask. So, yeah, I'm going to leave him there. It hurts me. I want to put him in A tier. And it ultimately is my list. I could do it, but I'm just going to leave him there for now because, admittedly, I don't think the set is great. I think I'm being very nostalgic and biased with him. Okay. The battle vehicles. These things are crazy, dude. The battle vehicles are nuts. Rocco T3. This one's cool. It's small. It's a little bit like it's a little chody. I will say that. It's a little frumpy. Does not tickle my pickle. It also comes with Pohatu, apparently. Pohatu Nuva. This is not Pohatu Nuva. This is like some alien man who thinks that he's Pohatu Nuva. This is 16 inches long. It does not look 16 inches long. Okay, wet. Damn. It's cool. It's cool. It doesn't get me as excited. I'm gonna say it's a C tier. The other ones are where we're talking about. This is the Jet Tracks, and oh boy, I love the Jet Tracks. It is super dope. Look at this bad boy. Look at this thing. This looks so cool. You put a little guy in there. This is a Makuta. This is a bad guy vehicle. It came with, oh man, this one looks really dope. I absolutely am in love with the battle vehicles. I'm going to go ahead and just give this an A tier. This one's sick as hell. The last one we have here is the Axelara. This is the big kahuna for a lot of people. A lot of Bionicle collectors sought after the Axelara. Look at this freaking beast, dude. This thing is insane, man. I want this one so badly. It's kind of a nightmare to look at. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but it's so cool, man. Look at this. It keeps going. It's so awesome. This one has less information about for some reason. Yeah, it retailed for $80. That seems a little high, but it did come with a lot of pieces. It came with oh my god, I thought it said 8,000 pieces. No, it came with 693 pieces, but there were a lot of big pieces, so I get it. This set is like the legend. It's a legend. The Legend 27. No, it's going in A tier. It's great. Okay, now we gotta rank these idiots. I always forget. There's always a few idiots. Also, by the way, there was a gold version of the Jet Tracks, which is awesome. I just like to bring this up. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Is it gold? Sorry, no, it's not gold. It's yellow. I always thought it was gold for some reason. No, it is yellow. It's fully yellow. It's still neat, though. It's a great idea. Yeah, I wish I got this. I wish I got any of them. Oh, man. They're so expensive nowadays. But if I could grab... I've always wanted to grab at least the Jet Tracks, if not the Axelara. These idiots... Okay, this is... I am a little biased. I like this guy. He's in Idiots. He's funny. Good guy 08. He's fun. He's got a little propeller. I'll be generous. I'll give him a D tier. I know I've been pretty mean with all the good guys because this thing is getting an F. And this thing is getting a freaking F. It's just a gun with wings. Okay. Really fun story about the Clack here. Clack is a freaking thing. It is a goddamn Brickmaster promotional set. Look at this stupid thing. I don't know what it is. Apparently, it's like important to the story. It's a winged Rahi, devastating sonic attack, but his secret power that this creature possesses that will change the course of Bionicle history. Yeah, this thing was like this was a MacGuffin. This thing was like really important. It's so stupid. I don't know why they were like building up such an important idea about this stupid idiot. It's so dumb. I was actually going to make a video. I was really close to making a video about the Clack. I was going to make a video called like, we need to kill this stupid thing. And it was just going to be me buying a Clack set and like just destroying it in the road. Like I was going to run over it with a car. I was going to smash it with a hammer. I was just going to break it in horrible ways. And just refer to it as an ugly piece of shit the entire time. I know nothing about Bionicle, but I'm here regardless. Thanks, Egg. I appreciate it. There's a lot of people joining that aren't really following Bionicle lore. You'd think you'd hop into a stream like this, but there's also a lot of people that... Okay, I appreciate it. I'm just surprised. Clack's getting F tier easily, but it's just funny. I might make that video, honestly, because it is a really funny idea. The joke was I wasn't even going to refer to it as, like, its name the entire time. I was just going to be like, look at this stupid piece of shit the entire time. Like, this idiot doesn't know what he's doing. Alright. We are now done. All of Bionicle up until 2008. We've got 2009, 10, 2015, and 2022. Or sorry, what am I talking about? 2015, 2016. We've got 4 years left. Let's do this. We're in the home stretch now. We have been streaming for the last 2.5 hours. Not bad, actually. I expected this stream to be much longer. But if we keep yapping like this, it'll be like 4 hours, so... Okay. From here on out, we're basically ranking all these guys separately because they all have very unique builds. Kind of. Some of these don't. We'll get to it. These were the Agori. They were the Matoran, and they're kind of lazy. I like their colors. I will say 2009 is one of the best years for colors. We got so many brand new colors. It was awesome to finally see these like elemental characters actually be like elemental themed since 2001. You know, go back to 2001, look at the characters' colors and everything. It was great. But 2000 but then we got lost in the dark ages. 2005 to 2007 was like, or 2008 was like covered in silver. It was gross. There's still silver here, but it is not the focus. You notice that? Look at these sets. There's silver, but it's not like some of the weapons aren't even silver. Some of the weapons are like black or green and gold. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love 2009. The Agori were okay though. Did not have Ranu. I had Zesk. I had Metis. I think I had Metis. Yeah. I had bits and pieces. No, maybe I didn't have Metis. I had Barracks. I definitely had Barracks. I had this guy, and I had, of course, Tarduk. Tarduk is a character in Biorama. Very happy to have him. The reason why I decided on Tarduk is just because I owned him. That's it. It just happened to be that way. These aren't great still. I mean, they're a step above these guys, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in D tier. It's definitely an improvement. I also love the fact that one of them is just like a scorpion creature. That's dope. I'm going to put these all in D tier because I do think they are better than the Shadow, like these guys, the Matoran for 2008. Tarduk is going to get slightly higher C tier because I do like Tarduk. I'm not going to rank him like 3 steps ahead, but I do think he's fun. And I like his gorilla posture, too. His colors absolutely do it for me, too. It wins me over. If you do a Clack video, make it from spare parts. The price is high and not hard to make. Really? How much is Clack? We're gonna check that out right now, actually. Is Clack really expensive? I didn't think he would be. We're going to Bricklink right now. Let's check it out. Whew. Wait a minute. What? Oh my god. Well, there's none in Canada, so I would have to buy one from the States. $16. $16.30. Yeah, I don't know if it'd be worth it. I mean, I could definitely just make this out of spare parts. I don't have some of these pieces, but whatever. I could order them. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Actually, the price isn't that bad. $36 was the highest price. I mean, it's too much for Clack. I agree, but I was expecting like hundreds of dollars. Okay. Thank you, Dan, for the warning. Okay, now we've got the Glatorian. These guys are dope. They were tournament fighters, and I love these guys. Again, this was the year that I was the most into Bionicle back when I was younger. This was my peak. I bought a lot of them. Like I said, the Agori were a little less, but I had Malum. I did not have this guy. I had I had Malum. I had... why am I forgetting his name? I keep wanting to call him Gresh. It's not Gresh. Strack. Okay. I had Malum. I had Strack. I had Terex. I had Skrull. And I had Gresh. I had all of them except for this guy. I really wanted him. I really did. In fact, I remember we were at Toys R Us. I was supposed to buy something for my friend's birthday party. And I bought this for myself. And I was going to try to convince my mom to let me have it. But she was like, no, we're buying stuff for your friend. And I was so mad because I really wanted it. I had to watch him build it. It was the worst feeling of my life. Because I really wanted him. Malum's great. I will say Malum has not held up very well in recent memory. I mean, you look at the photo and you're like, he looks so goddamn cool. Let me show you a photo of Malum. All right. All right, Malum. Yeah, his arms were really bad. He's got really bad arms. I don't know why. His hands were really cool, though. Those fire claws were dope. I just don't like what they did with his shoulder armor. It's just a really strange technique that they did. I get they're trying to give him like big beefy shoulders, but it's very strange. I'm going to rank him a bit lower. Again, dude, he would be so cool if it weren't for his awful shoulders. I'll give him a... Give him a C tier. I don't really want to. I want to give him something higher, but he doesn't really deserve it. This guy's cool. This guy's really cool. I give him a B tier. Strack was great. Love his shoulder. I know I just complained about the shoulder thing, but Strack's shoulders actually worked out a bit better because they were bigger pieces. Yeah, look at him. His ice axe is so cool. His head was so neat. Fodham Strack is very different from how I usually pick her Strack because he's like Russian and he's like, I got cut you down for that. But in Fodham, he's just like, you bastard. He's like a smart, like conniving, like he's like a smart, like strategist. It's just funny. It's very different. But I like it. I like that Strack is like that. It's also very different to have Strack be like the head of the ice guys. It's very unique. But I love Strack, so I'm going to go ahead and give him a tier. Yep, Strack's A tier. He's that good. Actually, you know what? There's a lot of good guys coming up, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. Let's be realistic here. Terex is awesome, dude. The gold armor, the blades. I mean, again, these guys all had a gun worked into their design, which I was not a huge fan of, but they're still really solid. Terex is dope. I really want to put him in A tier. But he's A tier. Let's be fair. Terex was so underrated. He wasn't in the movie, which made me really sad because Terex is dope. Skrull is very odd. His build is very unconventional. He had he had a very weird design. His torso was like laying flat instead of going up, which is very weird. The shield is one of the coolest Bionicle pieces. Those swords were so dope. Very lanky. The head was really cool. He's all right, though. Looking back on him, I think he looks cooler than he actually is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put him in C tier as well. Because, again, he's visually very cool, but I just don't think he held up as the best. Gresh is an not S tier. He's A tier. Gresh is super solid. He's such a fun set. I mean, there's a reason why people really liked him. He was like the poster boy for this first part of 2009. I loved him so much. I remember getting him and just playing with him so much because he had this really cool shield. Yeah, his mask and like the shoulder pads were just so much fun. He was a great character. I really want to get him again. Next up, okay, now we've got the I think these were the Glatorian Legends, I think they called them. Akkar. I remember a vivid story of getting Akkar I got a car one night. I remember distinctly my dad and I were in the car. I think we had a long trip or something. We drove all the way to Toys R Us and it was late. It was like, I remember it was dark out when we drove to Toys R Us and my dad let me get some stuff. He let me get this and he let me get the Atlantis crab set. And I remember to this day, I'm so thankful. My dad never got me anything like toys. He didn't like getting me toys, which I don't blame him for that. But he got me those two things, and I was so happy. Akkar was so cool. I don't have like any of his pieces anymore. But his shoulder armor, his mask. I know it was just reuse of Barrick's mask, but it's so cool. I really like Akkar. I'm gonna slap him in A tier. I love these backgrounds, by the way. They're so cool. They're so goddamn cool. Okay, Matsunui. S tier. He's got long legs, or he's got long arms and short legs, and his shoulder armor is a little bit awkward, but I mean, he's the poster boy for all of Bionicle. He's also was a pretty big part of Biorama as well. Which I regret now because, I mean, just look at him. He's such a solid looking set, right? Like, look at how well done his legs are. His arms were a little less well done. I don't know, man. The sword was cool. Yeah, I mean, look at his mask too. I'm getting like nostalgia. Dude, this is my nostalgia era at its finest right here. Next up, we've got Gelu. I actually never had Gelu. He looks fun. I don't like him as much as Gresh though, or as much as Strack. But I'll put him in. I'll put him alongside Strack. But I don't know. I never owned him. I think I had his mask at one point, and then I have one of his shields, but I don't know. All right, Kina, I had Kina. She's okay. They tried to do something different with her build to make her a little bit slimmer, to make her more like a female. Her limbs are really lanky and weird. I'm not really a fan. The trident pieces are dope. Dude, look at those tridents. That's awesome. But she's definitely one of the weaker ones, in my opinion. So I'm going to put her next to these guys. Stronius. Stronius was a cooler version, a better version of the Skrull, in my opinion. Look at him. He's a beefcake. He's got big shoulders. He's got that really cool helmet. He had kind of a long neck, which was weird. And his chest plate also sat really low. But this piece was dope, too. This club. Oh, man. These stone pieces were, like, never used in anything, ever. Oh, wait, that's not true. They were used for Knight... That's what they were used for. They were Knight's Kingdom pieces, because it was used for a mace. Just fun. I like the use of these pieces, too. Kind of thickens it out, makes him look a lot more like a Rocky character. I'm a fan of this guy. He's not amazing, but I'm going to put him next to... I'm going to put him in the B category. And then we got Vastus here. Vastus always kind of was a little bit iffy for me. I think what it is about Vastus is that he looks really cool. He's got like these snaky shoulder pads, and his helmet is really cool and snake-like too. His limbs are kind of weird. His weapon is interesting. It's like a scythe, but with a gun at the end. It's a little awkward. His torso is also backwards for some reason, which I did not care about that. He's not my favorite. I much prefer Gresh, so he's going to go down to C tier. All right, next up, we've got the Titans and the vehicles. Oh, boy. Here we got some good old Bionicle goodness. First up, we have the Mighty Tuma. The Mighty Tuma. I do apologize, everyone. I know I'm going back and forth between the sites very quickly. Tuma, I never owned him, but look at this guy. He was green, and he was mean, and he was big. He had these big blades. His head was really cool. He's neat. I think he's actually one of the only Bionicle sets that required stickers, too. I think his head is a sticker, which is kind of nuts. Kind of nuts that no other Bionicle set really had stickers. He's alright. He's cool. He's got a good... For the big bad of 2009, I will say he doesn't really do it for me. It's a neat design, though. I can appreciate it on a surface level. I'm going to go ahead and give him a C tier. He's not bad, but he could be better. Okay. So this was a 2-pack. This was Pharaoh and Skirmix. So this was an average, like a little Skrull dude riding on a dinosaur. Awesome concept, awesome idea. This guy was Pharaoh was kind of a chode. He didn't even have fists. They gave him weird hands for some reason. I bought this recently to use for Biorama, but the condition of the set was awful. I bought used condition. I usually do buy used conditions, but I underestimated how bad it was going to be. Several joints were cracked right out. I was really disappointed with it because I used to love this set as a kid. I loved this set. I had to replace a bunch of the joints, and even so, I was a little bit disappointed. It doesn't hold up the best in recent memory. But the idea of it still being a dinosaur and just like the memories I used to have with it, the fact that it was a guy riding on a dinosaur, which hadn't been done since freaking 2006 with Fenrak. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Or maybe not. Oh, it's there. Hold on. Or maybe it's not there. No, it's gone. That's weird. I don't like it when it does that. Yeah, great memories with this guy, but just doesn't hold up very well, unfortunately. A lot of those joints are really bad. This was the worst part about 2009, is that all the joints were awful. Alright, Titan Matanui. This guy is insane, dude. This guy is so expensive in the aftermarket. We stay watching. Thanks, Thatch. I don't think you've been watching this whole time, but that's okay. I would be surprised. Okay. This guy's insane. This guy goes for a shit ton of money nowadays. Like $2,000 or whatever. Aiden found this guy at a freaking... Just like... what's it called? A flea market. For dirt cheap. I don't know how the hell he got away with this. This is so cool. This is so awesome. Man, I wish I could own this. It's one of the biggest Titans. It's one of the biggest Bionicle sets, period, I think, actually. He had a gold version of the mask that we all loved, knew and loved. He was, dude, $50 American. This guy retailed for $50, $99 in Australia for some reason. I don't know why the hell he's 99. He was $30 in the UK. Been watching more than you probably are thinking I have. Hey, that's dope. I appreciate it, brother. I didn't know that. I just assumed you like popped in for a sec. Yeah, this set's legendary. It's legendary. I will say one thing that does hold it back a little bit is that if all these pieces were Keat Orange or gold, it would be awesome. But there is yellow, there is Keat Orange, there is gold. It's a little bit, there's a lot going on. But he's still iconic, right? You have to give him an S tier. He's one of the best looking Titans, too. He's right there next to Takanuva for me. And also the original Matsunui. They're both icons. They're both iconic legends. They're legends. They're even more legends. Okay, now we got the battle vehicles. This is a snow speeder or something, or a desert skiff thing. I don't know what the hell. Mostly been sitting here pissed off with how you ranked the Anika. You know what? Go to hell. No, you don't go to hell. The Anika suck, dude. Get out of your hot. This is the Sendox V1. Look at it. Dude, he's holding on to dear life. This bad boy. It's small. It's tiny. It's a little chode vehicle. But you know what? There ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of a chode vehicle. I've been using chode to describe a lot of things, and I apologize. I know chode is not very, very friendly. We're going to put it in C tier. It's all right. This is a freaking Indiana Jones ass dual-seated motorcycle, the Caxium V3. This is cute. I think it separates, too. It's fun. It's a fun idea. Look at this little guy. He's seated. He is seated in there. He's having a good old time. They're the same guy, basically. This is him and his younger brother or whatever. I don't know. This one doesn't do a lot for me. It's cute. I'm going to give it another C tier. Actually, you know what? Nah, we'll leave it in C tier. All right. Next up is the Bernius. Nope. It starts with a B. It does start with a B. Baroness. I was actually closer than I thought I was going to be. Holy shit. I got this for Christmas one year. I was so happy. You get a little two-headed demon thing. A little orange guy who whips him. He's got a whip and a big sword / gun. And it's connected to chains. It was a little thing. This thing was awesome as a kid. I love this thing. Does it hold up now? Probably not. It's got a little critter. It's got a little dude who whips all day long. It's fun. It's fun. I like it. It's a Spitic. It's a vicious two-headed Spitic. I like that. For nostalgia's sake, I might rank it a little bit higher than the other ones. I shouldn't. Yeah, I'm putting B tier. I mean, I used to love this thing. I used to play around with it all the time. And we got the Thornatus. This is the big boy. This is the jet tracks of the vehicles. Of the sand vehicles. Dude, look at this. Okay, actually look at this thing. Holy shit. Look at this big tire. Brother is like just seated in there. He's got no protection. He's got a Vega cage wrapped around him. He's got 4 guns. Wait a minute. Does he have other guns on the other side? I don't even know. He's got guns on this side. He's got Krika blades and limbs. It's crazy. I actually really... And also, it has a function, I believe. I believe it folds in on itself, which is awesome. Yeah, this vehicle rocks. This vehicle rocks. Easy A tier. And we got the big kahuna. The big boy. This is the... I think this is my grail when it comes to Bionicle collecting. The Scopio. I have wanted this Scopio for years. Legs can fold in. It's a big, beefy son of a gun. It's got tread tires. It's got this big scorpion tail. It's got this awesome looking head. It's got this guy like locked in here. Man, this thing's cool. This thing's super cool. I have a feeling the set isn't going to age as well once I actually get it. Like I feel like once I actually buy it, it's probably the appeal is going to be lost on it. But as is, looking at it like this right now, I'm in love. Like, just actually in love with it. I don't know what it is. I'm just a huge fan of this set. I hope I can get it for a good price one day. I don't think that's going to be possible, but this is the Holy Grail. I'm going to put it in S tier. Does it deserve S tier? Probably not. But again, it is the absolute. This and Motunui are the Grail of Bionicle collectors. I feel like they're some of the biggest, most expensive sets on the market. I don't know why I said it like that. All right. We are now moving. Oh, we got Click. We got Click here. Little Click. Click is a little guy. Look at him. He's okay. He's not amazing. He's getting I don't know. He's getting D tier. he's all right. All right. Bionicle Stars. This is the end of G1. Bionicle Stars sucks my ass. No, it's fine. Bionicle Stars is controversial. I was really excited for Bionicle Stars. I'm not even gonna lie. I was really excited for Bionicle Stars back then because I thought this was just like a fun. I thought this was just like a fun, like quick, like break ranking. Hi, Chris Kiefer. I thought this was just like a fun, like break wave. You know, I thought this was just like a brief intermission. It was not. It was not a brief intermission. It was the end of Bionicle. I didn't even know what was happening. I legitimately had no idea. I wasn't aware it was being canceled. I had no idea. I didn't follow it. I was too young. I didn't understand any of it. Tahu Stars is good. I'll say that right now. Tahu Stars is fun. They're not showing me actual Tahu Stars. There he is. Look at this little idiot. He's got a little fire sword. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun remake of Tahu. I like the orange. I think it's well done. It's a modern Agori version of Tahu. It's not great. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is an amazing set, but I think Reviving Bionicle has also really affected my brain chemistry. He should probably, arguably, be much lower, but I'm going to leave him at B tier just for the impact that he's had, the brainwashing that he's had over me. This Rakshi kind of sucks. In fact, a lot of the stars are not good. Look at their lame-ass canisters. They all came with golden pieces. Yeah, I know that. Rakshi, I mean, he didn't even have new pieces for the arms. Yeah, this one's kind of lame. I'm going to give this one a friggin' E tier. Cool to get new Rakshi spine, but it wasn't even like you could have at least done like a Rakshi head and then like I don't know. It's weird that it was like a rubber piece. I don't know. I don't think it really worked out the way that they wanted it to. Takanuva, I'm not even gonna lie. Takanuva's going right next to Tahu Stars because I actually really liked Takanuva. This was one of the few that I actually had, and I liked him. I really enjoyed him. It's not a great version of Takanuva, considering the fact that one of my favorite Bionicle sets of all time is the giant Takanuva. It's definitely a step down, especially since like it's not even gold Takanuva. It's like back to silver Takanuva, and that's kind of lame. It looks like an ice character. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. You know what? In fact, this box art looks like freaking ice. Wait a minute. Am I crazy? Or does that box art look like he's surrounded by ice? Did they just think that Takanuva is an ice character for some reason? That's so weird. That's very lazy. But considering this was like a throw together, like final goodbye wave, yeah, I'm gonna put Takanuva in C tier. He does not deserve to be on B tier. Tahu doesn't even really deserve to be there, to be fair. Okay, I had this guy. This is Paraka. Well, no, it's not Paraka. It's goddamn. I mean, it is Paraka. Nektan, that was his name. I had this guy. I was telling you guys about my mock Minzu earlier. This was his head. The lack of teeth does make me sad because a lot of the Paraka had those like glaring teeth. So to kind of have that missing is a little bit sad. It's nice to have gotten a new character. But again, you're not going to put this next to the other Paraka. He's too small. He's way too small. The blade is weird too. He's got a little blade. Where's his gun? Give him a gun. Yeah, a lot of now that I'm looking at them again, a lot of the stars just do not hold up very well. I had fun with him, but he's not great. All right, we've got Scrawl. Yeah, Scrawl. This is a horrendous build. He had an arm joint connected here with this open socket there and there. Yeah, not great. They gave him a random-ass sword. Why did they give him Kopaka's sword in black? They've got the swords right here. Also, Scrawl wasn't green. He was red. What the hell? This is Tuma. Is this supposed to be Tuma? Is this the mighty Tuma? It doesn't look anything like Tuma. Yeah, this one's bad. I thought this... I remember I had this one. I remember liking him, but no, he's not good. He's going right down here. Gresh is fun, but it's also the most watered-down, boring version of Gresh. Yeah, look at this. Just not as cool as the original Gresh. Also, they gave us the Gresh sword pieces, but they gave them in silver. Huh? Why not make them lime green? Huh? Okay, he's slightly better than these two. He's on the same level as... He's not on the same level as Tahu, so he's going down here in C tier. That is all of Bionicle G1 ranked. Holy crap. Okay, we're not going to do a quick recap, but I will just show you off really quick because G2 is going to be much higher. Wow, I'm exhausted. Okay, we're about 3 hours in. We can probably get this done by 3.5 hours, I hope. Thankfully, G2 is so much shorter. I didn't include Mixeltahu here. Okay. Let's just do it. Let's just get into it. I'm going freaking crazy. I'm going goddamn crazy, dude. All right. Starting off with the protectors. Narmoto. People don't like Narmoto. I'm really biased because I love him in Biorama, but admittedly his build is weird. He's got a thick, weird, beefy torso. He's got weird chode arm. He's got chode arms. He's got chode arms. He's got no wrists. He's just got he's got no elbows. He's just got tiny little puny arms with wrists. His blade fire tonfas are kind of cool. He's got a shoulder gun. I mean, okay, he's not the best protector. If we're looking at him fairly, he's probably going to be a C tier. I really want to put him in B tier though. I guess it's my list. I can put him wherever I want. But he's going down to C tier. Base Narmoto is a C tier. Again, my love for the character and what he's become in Biorama is almost like persuading me to like boost him up a bit higher. But no, we'll leave him there for now. Nilku, another case of a character that probably doesn't work too well. He's got those thighs that like clash with each other very much. He's got a weird like staff weapon. His weapon is the weirdest one out of the bunch. His color scheme is also very strange. You know, they got brown, they got gray, they got silver, and they've got trans neon green, which was a weird addition. But you know what? I'm not mad about it. It's a fun color. I don't know. It's not stone-like very much, but I'll rock with it. Getting those flame pieces in that recolor was really fun, too. I also built this guy a lot before... so what ended up happening was the G2 instructions leaked. This was when I was really following like the news about Bionicle and stuff like that. I followed every piece of news from TTV. And I remember like the Bionicle instructions are on the Bionicle website. And I was like, yep. And I downloaded the instructions so many times and I tried to build my own versions of the mocks so many times with my own parts and pieces. They were terrible. They were not good because I didn't have the gearboxes. So I had to make my own weird version of the gearboxes. But you know what? We're going to move Narmoto up just a tad to B tier. I think he deserves a B tier. I like that spider. Thank you, Goofy. Appreciate that. We're going to leave Nilku down here in C tier, though. He's okay. Izator kind of has the same problem as Narmoto, but his color scheme is really consistent. If his feet were white, he would have like the most consistent color scheme. And it's really easy to give him white feet. So we're actually going to put him up there with Narmoto. His weapons are a bit lame, too. The buzzsaw and the gun, it's not the coolest thing. Spider with the chest head piece is so goofy. You're welcome. What are you talking about? Chest headpiece? Oh, you're talking about the Lord of Skull Spiders. Yeah, he is goofy. I love the Lord of Skull Spiders. We'll get there, though. Kavoda is probably one of the weakest protectors, in my opinion. He's just so lame. He's got a mounted... Is there a snake bionicle? Not really. They never really did snakes, unfortunately, which is weird. You'd think they would have done it. There were combo models that were snakes. Kavoda is going in... He's going down with Nilku. He's fun. I like the turbines. I like the weird, like, rail gun that he has, but it just... I don't know. He was never one of my favorites. I think... I don't know. I don't know. Korgot, though, is really fun. I don't know. This is a weird build where I feel like it probably shouldn't work that well, but I actually really like her build. I'm going to throw her next to these guys. I liked her star mace thing. I liked her chest cannon. It was a fun idea. I remember when these sets leaked, I was so goddamn excited. What's your favorite pop? What do you mean pop? Like, do you mean like soda? Or you mean like Funko Pops? What's your opinion on... don't know what that means. I'm so sorry. Is that you? I don't know what that means. Is that a dinosaur or something? Your account name is Goofy Hatzag, but I don't know what a Hatzag is. I think it's a dinosaur or something. Funko Pop. I don't know Funko Pops. I don't follow Funko Pops. I don't like Funko Pops. That's what they meant. Or maybe. I don't like Funko Pops. I do men. It's a pterosaur. I don't know what these words are. Technically with wings. Oh, is it one of those flying? I meant soda. Oh, okay. Soda. I mean, yeah. I like. What's my favorite soda? Probably. I just drank a bunch of 7-Up last night. 7-Up's really good. I don't drink a lot of soda. I mess with. I do iced tea a lot, and I search it up if possible. I'll look it up in a bit. Actually, we'll look it up right now. I just have to struggle to read this name. Just give me a real quick sec. God, they're spelt so... I don't know. I don't know who the hell... I don't know who came up with this stupid name. I think I've seen these guys. Yeah, these guys are dope. Look at these guys. Yeah, these are awesome. I love how big and scary they are. Dude, that's terrifying. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm a fan of that. I mess with... Look at this weird little Lyle Wrath guy down here. That's dope. Okay. Back to the tier list. Vizuna. I like Vizuna. He's very effective. I think he does a really good job. I actually like him. He's one of my favorite protectors. I like his foot feelers. He's actually going to A tier. I really like Vizuna. I like his foot feelers. I like his weird crossbow. It's fun. Probably doesn't deserve to be this high, but that's okay. All right. These are the Tahu Masters. I think no one is going to be mad at me for putting Tahu Master in S tier. One of the best Bionicle sets of all time. In fact, I'd say he is one of my favorite Bionicle sets of all time. He's so much fun. It helps that, he's like one of the main characters of Biorama. Just such a fun set. This is where things get interesting. Pohatu Master is weaker. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's an amazing set. He is not. I hesitate to even put him in A tier. He's the weakest Toa, in my opinion. So I'm actually going to put him in B tier. I just feel like they didn't know what to do. I do like the boomerangs. I just don't think they really knew what to do with him. Love his mask. And I'm okay with the trans green. I'm totally fine with it. I just wish they picked a lane. He's got like a cyborg arm and then got very big beefy legs, but the boomerangs, the mask, it's good. It's just not... I just wish it was a little bit better. Kopaka... Oh, man. S tier. I mean, I love Kopaka Master. He's so chunky. Big fan of that. Golly Master. Ooh, I really like Golly Master. I used to be kind of. I'm gonna put him in A. I really like her, but I'll admit I messed around. I've been messing around with her a lot recently, so I've come to really appreciate her build. I do admit if her torso wasn't silver, she probably would be a little bit better. It should have been blue. That would have been great, right? Would have tied everything together. Onua Master is really fun. I really want to put him in S tier. Do you read creepypasta? If so, what's your favorite? I do not like creepypastas. I used to read them a lot, but I kind of grew up. I kind of aged. I kind of realized that it wasn't my jam. Onua. I love Onua Master, but his hammer with the digging feature, it's just so fun. I'm gonna put him S tier. He's good. Liwa Master is going in A tier though. Okay. So that was really hard. I did not want to split them up because I love them all so much. But realistically, if I'm looking at them from a critical eye, these guys are my favorite. They're so fun. It helped that they were bigger. They were slightly more expensive, so a little bit more went into them. Also, his torso should be silver, or should be white, sorry. All right. Okay. Lord of Skull Spiders is fun. I actually really like Lord of Skull Spiders. I bought one recently. If you guys remember, I bought one very recently, and I really like him. He's an underrated set in my opinion. Going to A tier. He's not. He should be way bigger. I'll admit that. I think he should have been like a $30 set. I think he should have been huge. But the actual the way he looks, I know he's a little Technic heavy, but I don't know. I've always liked Lord of Skull Spiders. Sue me, bro. Alright. Alright, the Skull villains are very hit or miss for me. Skull Warrior's pretty high up there. I think he's a really fun army builder. You can do so much with him. I'm going to put him in B tier. He's not amazing, but he's fun. Also, their masks were not good. They came with really cringy, like infected masks. Okay, Skull Slicers. Man, I wanted to love this set. I really did. He's definitely lame, though. He's not great. He deserves D, but I'm going to put him in C tier just because I do like the trans green. You put ranch on spaghetti. No, I don't put ranch on spaghetti. I don't eat ranch. Ranch is gross. The only thing I eat with ranch is my chicken burgers from work. That's it. And even so, it's a very specific kind of ranch. I don't like regular ranch. It makes me want to vomit. That's the hard truth. Skull Scorpio, again, great concept. I just think the execution was bleh. Legs didn't move. Function was fun, but it just didn't really feel like anything. Maybe if the legs moved, it would be more interesting. It deserves like an E tier. It honestly deserves like an F tier, but I'm keeping him in E tier because I don't know. There's a soft spot for him in there. I got all these sets. Keep in mind, I was actively involved with Bionicle at this point. I was buying all the sets. I was getting really hyped up for the releases. We went summer. I actually remember we went right before the mall closed to grab these guys, and we actually had a good amount of time when we got there. But we were in traffic and we weren't going to make it. We left 2 hours early. Skull Basher is a lot of fun. He has a great feature. He's just fun to mess around with. I'm not going to put him in A tier. I'm going to put him in B tier because he's not amazing, but he is still fun. All right. Now we've got, I'm actually not going to put these guys in S tier, surprisingly. I thought these guys were going to be in S tier, but Ikimu's a lot of fun. He's the best protector, in my opinion. And Kulta's a fun villain, but they're not amazing. I would never sit here and go, dude, that set is so amazing. They're good. They're both good. I like them together. But A tier is where they're going. They're good, but they're not the best. All right, that's 2015 is done. Now we're moving on to 2016 with the creatures. All right, the creatures, again, this point I was like full on Bionicle fan, 29. I was like, we were recording podcasts. I was watching the leaks. I bought these guys. I actually bought Kopaka and, no I didn't. I bought Pohatsu and Kitar in December 2015 because they released early and I got them after Christmas. And I was so excited. I was so happy. I got the worst ones. You like spaghetti and meatballs? I love spaghetti and meatballs, especially the balls part. Paws. Dog paws. Ikira's great, though. He's fun. He's a fun little birdie. He's a fun birdie. Their color schemes are not great. They're starting to kind of lose the plot a little bit here with their color schemes. But Ikir, or Ikir, or however the hell you say it, was fun. I liked him. I mean, he's a phoenix. I do not like that they all use the same heads, though. I'll tell you that right now. So he's going in B tier. I think Kitar's one of the worst things ever. He's slightly better than Skull Scorpio because he has some more movement. The feature was you grab his tail and just shake it around, his arms go flailing around. He's vaguely a scorpion. Akita's cool. I like Akita. I'm actually going to give... These beasts are much more spread out. I'm going to give Akita a B tier. Akita's fun. It's a fish with guns. it's a fish with... it's a turret fish is what it is. And I'm a fan with that. Do you eat radioactive isotopes? I love radioactive isotopes, dude. Hell yeah. Terrak's fun. Terrak's really fun. Terrak is like a mole. I don't know what creature it's supposed to be. I always assumed it was a mole with big claws. I really like Terrak's huge arms and like tiny legs. The color scheme works the best here in my opinion. I'm going to give a B. Oh no, I'm actually going to be generous to give him A. I really like Terrak. It was one of the few ones that I really liked. Really liked. The other ones are okay, but I really liked Terrak. He was fun. Again, I really wish they had different heads. Uxar is another one I actually really enjoyed. I think he works really well with his color scheme. I think the wings are fun. I think the fact that he's like a bug thing was fun. The legs were cool. Yeah, I was a fan of these guys. All right, moving on. Okay, the Uniters are very controversial because some of them are good. Some of them are not good. Tahu Uniter is not as good as Tahu Master. He's fun. He's very different stylistically. I think that's an important thing to know, is that he's very different. But I still enjoy it. I like his weird swords with the gear function where they push up and down. It's just kind of a fun feature. I don't know. The fact that they had spinny torsos, and it was very different. And I appreciate... What do you think about Transformers? I think Transformers are neat. I don't collect them. I don't really follow the Transformers franchise. I'm kind of out of it, but I will admit that it is a cool franchise. I'll admit that. All right, moving down, we have Pohatsu Uniter. This was the first Uniter I got. He's a big mess. He has random-ass colors. Its color scheme is absolutely terrible. His build is so weird. His weapon is pretty lazy. I mean, he went from boomerangs to a staff with a boulder on the end of it, which was a fun callback. He's not my favorite. He's one of my least favorites, but I'm not going to be mean. I'm going to put him in C tier because he was still one of my favorites. He was my first 2016 purchase, so I have to give him some credit at the very least. All right, Kopaka and Melum. This is the one that I actually wanted. Melum is a worse version of Terrak, and Kopaka is not nearly as good as the other, as his older version. His proportions are a little bit weird, and his color scheme is a little all over the place. However, still a fun 2-pack, I'll admit. It was fun. It was also fun to get a Bionicle 2-pack. I know I didn't mention that about Ikimu and Kulta, but getting 2-packs was a lot of fun. Great, fun 2-pack. Good B tier. It's a good time. The Unity mode was really strange, though. I'll admit that. Like at least the other ones kind of looked all right, but that one was very strange. I couldn't tell what they were going for with that one. Gali is... she's the most okay. Do you consume drywall? Yeah. I have a YouTube channel. Well, I would assume so, considering the fact that you're commenting on the live stream right now. I would assume you have a YouTube channel. Gala Uniter's okay. I really feel like she could have been so much better. Her eyes are barely visible, which was a problem all the Uniters have. The color scheme of the orange is a fun idea, but I just think it's so sporadic and random. Her armor in general was very weird. I'm not a huge fan of Gali. I just feel like she doesn't hit the same as I wish she did. So she's going next to Pohatu. Reasonably, she's probably a bit better than Pohatu, but I'm going to leave her with Pohatu. Onua's awesome. Onua Uniter is one of the coolest sets. S tier. Yeah, I like him way more than I probably should. His giant hammer drill gun thing is so cool. I don't know what it is. I prefer the beefier Onua, honestly, but I think they did a really good job with this version of Onua. I don't know, man. I'm a huge fan of this version of Onua. All right. Lewa Uniter, he's got kind of stumpy baby legs, but I do like his colors a lot. His weapons are also kind of lame. I'll give him an A tier purely for the fact that he was my channel icon for a while, and he also created Renzo. Without him, without buying that last Rogue Lewa set, Renzo wouldn't exist. So I have to give him that tier. He'd probably go a bit lower. He'd probably go into B tier, but I'm going to leave him at A tier. I know Lewa Uniter and Tau Uniter on the same plane probably isn't fair, but again, I'm a little biased. He isn't overrated. He's underrated. Are you talking about Onua? Probably. I think he's underrated. Yeah, for sure. All right, moving into Umarak the Hunter. One of my favorite Bionicle sets of all time. This might be an overrated decision, but I'm putting him in S tier. He's so damn cool. He's one of the most unique villains in Bionicle lore. Yeah, I really like him. His color scheme's kind of all over the place, and his build is weird. His arms do hang very strangely, but I don't know, just love the idea that he's a Wendigo, hunter guy. It's just cool. Do you like dinosaurs? I can mess with dinosaurs. I'm not like a hyper fan of dinosaurs. I don't really like dinosaur movies or anything, but I'm okay with dinosaurs. All right. All right, the beasts. These guys are kind of hot garbage. Okay. This is a bad wave. This is a very bad wave. We're going to go ahead and put Lava Beast in. I mean, he's okay. He's all right. I'm going to give him a B tier. I'm going to be generous and give Lava Beast a B tier. I always love the 2006 Toei Nika. I don't. I put the Nika in. Goddamn, where did I put the Nika? I ranked them so low. No, I didn't. I put them in C tier. Actually, that's not bad. That's just whining about it. But I actually think C tier is pretty fair for them. I appreciate their legacy. I just don't really care for them. What's your favorite dinosaur? Probably raptor. I don't know. It's simple. I like raptors. I like the weird ones. I like the frill one that sprays Nedry in the face in Jurassic Park with the acid. That's a good one. I like that one. T-Rex, obviously. I'm a pretty basic bitch when it comes to dinosaurs. Just give me the weird or scary looking ones and I'm good. Stormbeast had a very ambitious function, but his design is what kills it for me. I don't know what it is about him specifically. He's just got a terrible design. Right? Am I the only one who thinks that he's just got a horrible, the color scheme's all over the place. These are also supposed to be horde beasts, by the way. This is kind of the idea that I was talking about with the Borak of them being slightly more unique. I don't know. Oh, thank you. With Forge DNA. What's your favorite moment from 2023? I didn't have a lot of favorite moments from 2023. It's probably going to visit my buddy Kasai in the States. That was a lot of fun. That was probably the highlight of the year for me. It was just nice getting to see him. We got to hang out. We got to buy a lot of shit. It was fun. 2023 was a pretty rough year for me. 2022 and 2023 were both. Well, actually, the beginning of 2022 was great. The end of 2022 was not good. Then it got good. Then it got bad. Like it ended off like with its highest high, and then right before the year could end, it got really bad. So it got really lame because I got stuck in the States at the end of it. So that was not great. And then 2023 just kind of carried on and went really poorly, in my opinion. But 2024 has been great so far. I'm not going to jinx it because it's, but I've been having a really good time. I've been feeling very positive. I'm run down to all hell. The Titanic sub. Was that 2023? I thought that was a couple of years ago. I don't know. Storm Beast is I like him. I like him more than I probably should. I'll give him a D tier. He's not great. He really isn't. He doesn't deserve a very high ranking. And then I'll even it out. Quake Beast's function is stupid. He punches himself in the face all the time. But if you do the fix that Stippling did, where he like fixed him out and actually gave him like a proper gear function and like tidied him up the design a little bit, he's great. But as is, he's a mess. He's got a shadow trap infused in his shoulder. He's got big crystal arm. I get what they were going for, and I kind of appreciate it. The colors are actually pretty good on him. But again, it's just kind of a mess, honestly. Awesome movies and shows. Small question. Are you a Star Wars fan? Not really. I wouldn't call myself a Star Wars fan. I think I'm okay with Star Wars. I like The Mandalorian. I like the original 3 movies. That's basically where my enjoyment ends. I like some aspects of the sequel trilogy. I don't really care for the prequels, which is the most unpopular thing you can have. But I used to be a bigger Star Wars fan. I love Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. I bought it on Steam. I've been playing it. I played it more last month. I haven't really touched it this month, but it was great to go back to. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, though, no, to answer your question. All right, this version of Kimu is undoubtedly not very good. He's got a lot of issues. He's got kind of awkward proportions, but the idea of, like, blue-powered, crazy Ikimu with gold armor and a blue mask, trans-blue mask. There's something about it I absolutely love, but his proportions are undoubtedly really bad. Also, he's got 2 different arm builds for some reason. He's got, like, freaking... He's got, like... I'm not leaving him in C tier. I'm going to put him in B tier. I would honestly probably put him in A tier. You know what? I'm going to put him in A tier. He doesn't really deserve it, I don't think. But, I don't know. I have a really soft spot for him. I don't know what it is about that set in particular. I just really love the idea. I think I love the idea of it more than the actual execution. I actually got 2010 Lego Bionicle Star Wars Takanuva for my 22nd birthday, even though the package came on February, but still. Oh, that's awesome, man. It's dope. I liked that one as a kid. I enjoyed him. He's not my favorite Takanuva, but I enjoy him. All right. Let's finish out this list with Umarak the Destroyer, and I'm sorry. He is probably one of the most overrated Bionicle sets of all time, but he's so cool. He's a goddamn cool giant man. I know it's so stereotypical. Everyone bullies me for this. Everyone. Nobody likes this set as much as I do. I freaking have always loved Umarak the Destroyer. I don't know what it is. I think his color scheme being more consistent because it's just black and trans green. I will admit the mask doesn't really work, but you can actually make that much better with modern pieces, by the way. I got a Ninjago Dragon recently that has the perfect horns to replace Umarak's horns, and it's awesome. I'm so glad that they finally gave us the option to do that. It's so neat. But I think I understand why people don't particularly like this set. But he was big, he was beefy, he had big old claws. He is ridiculously expensive on the aftermarket, which really sucks. I want him more than anything. I want to buy him again more than anything. But for some god-forsaken reason, he's so expensive. And it hurts me so badly because I really want him. Well, there we go, folks. We're not done yet. We've got a couple more. We've got a Gil. He's cute. I like a Gil. It's nothing crazy to write home about, but I'll give it a B tier. And then I never got this stupid Scorpion. I never even built this Scorpion. So we're going to go F tier. No, I'm kidding. It's like, I don't know. It's like a D tier. And then this, as far as I'm aware, is just a group photo of a bunch of Bionicle sets. It's just something that was left in this. I think it was used for the thumbnail or something. Okay, there we go, guys. This is the complete entire tier list of all my favorite Bionicle sets, ranking them. I think we did a pretty good job here. There's going to be some things that upset people, but for the most part, I think I was pretty fair. God damn, I'm tired, man. I've been yapping for almost 3.5 hours, I'm going to assume. Yep, 3.5 hours, almost. 3:28. Damn. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. I am damn near tired. We'll do a quick overview, just a very quick one. All the Borak are S tier. I think they're some of the best Bionicle G1 sets, especially early years. I think they really do a good job at representing the early years. Vizon and Cardass is just an awesome combo model that just worked so well. Takanuva 08 is one of my favorite builds in terms of old school. He's just one of the best Bionicle G1 builds, period. Matsunui is a legacy icon character. It was so great to get him. It was for an affordable price too. He looks great too. I think his set turned out really well. Titan Matsunui is a legendary set. One of the grails of Bionicle collecting. Scopio, legend. These I can't go through every single set. I'm going to be talking about these for hours. But Scopio is another grail. These Toa are amazing. I love the Umarax so much. G1 goodness right all throughout here. Iconic, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I can't go through them all. I'm going to be here all day. The Toa Mata are really iconic, but they're also very substandard, so that's why they got a B. I ranked the Toa Nuva lower because I don't think they're as fun or interesting. I ranked Turaga kind of low, but they're just kind of simple little chode men. I also put, for the most part, I feel like it's a pretty fair list. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think here of the tier list. I've been yapping. I'm gonna be doing more of these tier lists in the future. Definitely. I'm gonna do a Hero Factory one at some point. I really want to do a Ninjago one. God, that one's going to be so long. That one is going to be so long. Oh my god. Definitely want to do Hero Factory one next, though. I feel like Hero Factory, I'll have more to say about Hero Factory, I think. Regardless, though, wish I had a guest on for this, too. That would have been nice. But also, I kind of just wanted to get it out there. I didn't want to really do anything. Anywho, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for watching. I've had a blast here today. I hope next time, too, I can get myself an actual webcam so y'all can see what I'm up to. Hope the stream I think the stream ran pretty well. We didn't really have any issues or anything. So, yeah. Thank you very much once again to Dylan Dummy Thick over on X for making this tier list. He did a great job. He included basically everything you could need to include, which is awesome. So, yeah. That's going to do it. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Think you did good. Thank you, Dan.